Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Monday Sound Stream. Hope everyone's doing all right. We had a big snowstorm through the U.S. I got 2 inches, and then it melted away because I live in the
I
desert.
got I got calves. I got like five. It's like the size. It goes up to my calves when I went shoveling today. So that deep. How about you, cows? How big was your snow?
Knee deep. 2 words.
Knee
Knee
deep.
deep.
Oh
Knee
dear.
deep.
Literally, I'm seeing it out there, right outside. We got at. They said 2 feet, but I think that's more.
That sounds. It's probably yeah. It's probably more than 2 feet. Shit depends on how tall your knees are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
My knees are a little taller because I'm tall. Anyways, hope everybody had a good weekend. I had words failed
The
me.
plushy horse growing back there.
I know. I'm up to 3 choppers now. Actually, no, I'm
you
actually
get
technically I'm up to 8 choppers. I forgot I have five
you get.
choppers dressed as other characters and they're like keychain sized.
You're
So
eventually gonna have an army to chuck at people. Eventually,
exactly.
like a
Exactly.
Pikmin, a
Also,
Pikmin protagonist.
this One Piece shelf behind me needs to change. I'm first of all, I have stuff that
Has it
doesn't fit on there.
has the collection outgrown it?
It has. There's stuff on the desk, but I got the Kaido Funko Pop of him in his dragon form because I thought I'm not buying the
Oh, you're
figure art.
the figure. Yeah, so might
And
as well
his
have a
dragon
figure. Right?
form is badass, and GameStop restocked the dragon form, so I was like, yeah, I want that. And then I wanted free shipping, so I ordered Big Mom with him, and now I'm like, where are they gonna go? They need a spot now. I need like a little villain shelf because like most of my One Piece villain stuff at this point is Funko Pops, right? Because I got Kaido, I got Big Mom, I got Lucci, and I got Crocodile's a statue. I got others back there. Anyways, the whole thing needs to be kind of redone. Um, so that's a project in the future, but I did buy more fun. I always like the One Piece Funko Pops where they kind of go crazy like these, where they don't even
It's,
feel like pops
the
anymore. They
one
just feel like vinyl figures.
the One Piece
Yeah,
Funko line is actually I'm not a fan of Funkos, but like I do appreciate the creative variety of the One Piece line and
yeah,
such.
because I've got Smoker over here and Buggy. They've also been doing these, which I've been really enjoying. Is they've been doing pop rides for the Thousand Sunnies vehicles.
Oh, those
And
weird go kart things.
yeah, so the next one's coming out is like Frankie's three-wheeled bike. So we're on number 4 out of 5. So I'm looking forward to those. Um, yeah, it's funny because that's like the only things Funko I buy now, aside from the Tron Funko Pops because they were Tron, but
Oh,
for One
you're
Piece.
desperate.
Yeah. Outside of desperation. Yeah, so that's been kind of that whole thing needs to be redone back there. And the whole figure arts need their own like shelf. They're just still on the desk. And Jay Delaby says you need more to do a Onigashima raid recreation. I'm close. I've got Kid and Killer, and I've got Law. I got Onigashima Law and Beppo, and I've got Nami and Robin in their Wano disguises. But I feel like I could put Gear 5 Luffy's figure art next to the Kaido Dragon and call that.
Mhm.
So,
Anyways, $5 super chat from Taurus Thomas 3821. Yo, dude, I got the first volume of TMNT IAW and want to ask if your copy pages are like clumped together and like are grouped. I don't know how to describe it. I think it's like the page
the page
sticking.
is
I
sticking,
imagine.
which happens on
Yeah.
those because they're very heavy in black ink because of the backgrounds. You just need to kind of like just carefully, yeah, like the back cover doesn't touch the last page. Okay, that is a air pressure situation. Where's my Wonder Man omnibus? Like because the pages will be separated, but if you all see on the stream here, there is like a slight. You can kind of see there's a slight like warpage going on where all the pages are kind of lifting up from the back
oh
cover.
yeah, I see that. Yep.
Yeah, so it's like a Boeing effect. That is normal during the winter time because cold causes things to shrink, heat causes things to expand. So what's happening is that the sewn binding, because it's kind of malleable, during the winter time it's condensing and shrinking if it's cold weather, and so it's pulling the pages tighter. So when the weather warms up, it'll relax and the pages will be a little bit better off. So
Mhm.
that's the case. It's winter.
So don't.
Also, sometimes it happens to books even in summertime if they're like new and fresh and you haven't like read them all the way and like the
Yeah, yeah,
pages haven't
they're
been
fresh.
used.
Fresh
Yeah,
out of the factory scenario.
like I haven't read that much of this Wonder Man Omni yet, which because I only got this like a few days ago. Um, and it's funny I haven't even gotten to Wonder Man being interesting yet. He's still in his like we keep bringing back this dead villain days, but that's kind of that's what's going on with the pages. So I'm glad I had an example
Yeah, so
easily
yeah, so
available.
don't yeah, so all right, so don't worry, your TBT Volume 1, it's not broken or anything like that.
Yeah,
It's a-okay.
it's okay. It's just a weather phenomenon. Um, all right, so let's get to the PSAs. Just want to like knock this
There
out of the
is,
way.
speaking of PSAs, it's a very quick one that's not related to anything in
Yes,
sports,
go for it.
but it's related to Japan. And I just want to say congratulations to Ao Nishiki for winning his back-to-back U show in the current sumo tournament that just ended.
Nice,
He may
congrats.
be the first. He may, if he keeps this up, he may be the first European yokozuna. Who
That's
knows?
Speaking of,
impressive.
speaking of wrestlers, have you seen all the Kenny Omega stuff for Alex in Street Fighter 6?
Unless there was one before him, I don't remember.
Oh yeah, Kenny Omega's did the mocap for
Alex's
Alex.
mocap for Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey,
he did. Yeah, yeah.
are you guys hear the Jam Project music that you got?
Yes,
Yep.
It's like how come? How do we fight Guilty Gear's music? Get Jam Project
Get
to do
Jam
Alex's
Project.
theme.
wild that Jam Project made a song for Alex before Ryu. Alex gets
So,
one. That's
w-
that's incredible,
I'm
Mhm.
actually.
happy. I'm a big Alex fan, so I'm happy to get. I got my
Oh, I
one of
love
my favorites.
Alex too. Yeah,
Gets the Jam Project theme.
Yeah.
I'm so glad he still has his flash shop to German suplex stuff.
Yep.
hmm Also, Hellfire wanted to update. Hasbro has still not responded to him asking, "How did you run out of Ultra Magnuses before shipping them out?"
You should keep poking the stick. You should keep poking the bear at
Yeah,
Hellfire till they respond.
they got to eventually. Also, happy to help Tara and Thomas. So, last week on the channel, we had the Ninja Turtles Mirage Reading Collecting Guide.
That was a great
Because
video.
a lot
That
of
was
people have asked that question of like, which version should I get? And my
a,
answer of both, my collection of both, is not necessarily the best method. So that's why I wanted to break it down.
I think if I had to pick one, I would probably the Omnis because it has the most stories, right?
hmm
Stories. I forget what was it. It's issue 8, right? That was because of the one
It,
character they can't
yeah,
character.
issue eight's
I
the
mean,
only one that's in Ultimate that's not in Compendium.
is it in New Printed Ultimate have that story or
As
no?
far as I
Because
know, it does because I think it's under it's the same UPC. They've not they keep them
it
in
has to be.
print, but they
It
don't
has to be.
change the
It has,
UPC. So
it has to be like a legal. It has to
it
be
is.
like a legal
They
day
had
where.
Dave Sims' permission when they did the Ultimate collection, but they don't have Dave Sims' permission anymore.
Yeah, so
So
but it's like through the contract, you
yep.
sign off for that specific book. But like you've had
I'm
to
still
choose.
got fingers crossed that the Rick Vike issues of the 4 issues he did will get released at some point. His swamp we'll talk about this in a little bit. His Swamp Thing's finally getting completed, so I'm like maybe he's coming back to comics just for that, and maybe like IDW could be like, hey, we'd love to
Like a
work
hard
out how
cover.
to get your last 4. You know, you're the only 4 we got to hold out.
I think I'm
Yeah,
almost like a hardcover. I think like a hardcover
I
like
think like
book
an
because they sell
oversized
alongside.
hardcover that fits that goes with those would be perfect. Like I'd buy
Yeah.
it.
Also, man, it's like one of those like I never realized how big the Mirage era was because like I knew about the original Mirage era. I knew about the Image era. I never heard about was it Volume 3 is the ones that are just now getting reprinted
Volume
right now?
2, the
Journey.
Jim Lawson ones, the 13 issues. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know about those ones, but it was it the was it TNT
Journeys.
Legacy
Journeys.
Journey?
It's
I
the
didn't
volume 4, the one when Peter Laird continued it in the 2000s.
I didn't even know that was a thing
A
at
bunch of
all,
those
and
were
like
only in print and single issues, and then after he sold it to Nickelodeon, they became digital only.
yeah, so like
Yeah.
I never heard of those, so I'm not surprised. Like I'm curious what those are, what's in those because like no Turtle fan really talks about them mostly because I can't
Nope.
imagine they can't get a hold of it scenario.
Yeah, and I'm
Is
curious.
into that.
It's funny because now that they're being reprinted as Journeys, I thought people would start talking about it, but no one is.
I think because they probably are confused.
Yeah.
There's the branding and everything like that. It's interesting. Um, also, can I
Master
say,
Ben said, "Is the Transformers rundown this week?" Yes. We shall talk about that. But anything else on
man, so
Turtles?
No, I mean you did. I think you did a real good job
Thank you.
on describing everything there because it is a kind of game. Mirage Turtles
I know
is the
when I was
most.
watching the video back, I was like, this does feel a little bit repetitive where I'm literally listing every issue, then I'm listing every issue, but I feel like that was the only way to cover the fact that
Yeah,
all these things are all over the place.
it is funny because like honestly, people talk about like Spawn and Images, the indies, but like honestly, I feel like Turtles, Murder Mirage Turtles, is like the most indies of indie books. Honestly, the way
Yeah.
how everything worked out, like
And then
which is
also the
ironic
fact that
'cause-
like I think 26 of the issues technically aren't even canon.
yeah.
So yeah, it's so indie. But I had fun going through that because I thought this was almost even more beneficial than the IDW one because the IDW
I
one's got
think
very straightforward collections.
I think because what's interesting about for Turtles being such a big franchise as with Turtle Mania 30s, the Mirage stuff is still very much not known about because it's so. It kind of felt like the Mirage stuff was so out of the way you had to
Yeah.
like literally hunt it down to check it out back in the day because the 80s cartoon was so big that like
And
you
then also the
probably
Mirage Turtles have this unfortunate reputation as characters because of Turtles Forever, because of the other crossovers.
are
Everybody
making the
sees the Mirage
grim
Turtles as issue 1.
grr,
They only
yeah
see them as issue 1. They
gritty.
don't look at the other 61 main issues, the 5 one-shots, the 7 Tails issues. Like, they're much more rounded characters than they get any credit for. So,
Yeah, like a lot of the characteristics of the trails are still there. Just
yeah.
you just need to get further into it to see those
It's just one
characteristics.
of those things where it's like, Mirage is not that far off tonally from most Ninja Turtles. It's a
I see
little
that
bit
like
darker, it's more violent. You have things like Rat King's Rotting Corpse, you have things like This Used to Be a Sex Shop, like, but it's still not like it's not edgy, dark, mature as much as it is just kind of like it's got a lot of goofy elements. They meet the Triceratons in like issue 3.
I think
So,
it's the case where like, it's probably the case where like I imagine 2003 even is not even that far off of
it's not.
tone and
They're
character
very
wise.
it's like it's a very close adaptation, honestly.
Yeah, which I
So,
mean that was the point. So like
yeah.
it's pretty much you like to. It's the case where you like 2003 since it was practically a one-to-one
Mhm.
Mirage adaptation early on. You're probably gonna like the Mirage book scenario like that.
Yeah, there's just certain episodes that show that are literally just a Mirage issue, like, adapted, like, panel for panel, almost like the Donatello one-shot is basically an
Oh, with Jack
episode
Kirby,
with
the
Jack
Jack
Kirby.
Kirby
Yeah,
one.
it's, like, exactly the same storyline, it's crazy. Um, but yeah, and then also I had the best Blu-rays of last year, which I did with my mom. We each made a list, didn't tell each other what was on each other's lists until I make the video, and, that was super cool to go through, it was a pretty solid year of releases. It was a really solid year of releases. Um, yeah. Also, I think that video ended up shorter than I thought it was going to be, just because I've talked about all of those in Blu-ray hauls and stuff. So I was like, "What news should I talk about?" And I was like, "Oh, well, I've kind of mostly covered it, but it's still a fun time. I really did enjoy doing that one." So, did I do shorts last week? I feel like I did.
Yeah, one. I
Did I
think
do
one
one?
short.
Oh, and I
The
did
One
two.
Piece.
I did
Oh yeah.
two. I did that weird rogue short.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did a
it's
little short on X-Men movie Rogue because we've been talking
it's
about it on
so
streams.
it's so weird to see hyper like adult bod comic bod rogue on what 20 like teenage vampire gen skinhead. It's one of those
Yeah,
awkward. This is why you don't use comic bodies on real actor heads. It just look awkward. Awkward.
yeah, definitely. And then I found more Moose Toys One Piece stuff,
Yeah,
which
those
is
stuff
fun.
again. Those stuff are really again. Those are
Yeah,
damn good toys.
I'm
Toys.
really enjoying them. They're really good. Tarantino says you plan to get the NECA 2012 for TMNT. I got them. The QC is so bad. I have them. I just haven't opened them yet. Um,
It's very 50-50. I noticed
yeah,
because there's some really bad reports, but like my copies are all fine. All
yeah, I
my
haven't. I feel like the reason I haven't opened them is because I want to have like a shelf and just kind of I want to get them open, pose them how I want, and then just put them on the shelf. Because like a lot of
I
NECA
think
stuff, I don't like playing around with that much.
I think for my it's like I think the reason why some of you are having so issues with the 2012 figures because I think a lot of people's getting those haven't collect any NECA stuff before, so it's their
Yeah,
first time getting NECA stuff, and they don't realize how you need to warm those figures up to actually mess with them.
that's the reason they're sitting in the boxes because I haven't had time to get the hairdryer out. But then it's funny because like I when I've been reading the Mirage comics, I've been buying some NECA figures. I was like, oh, I kind of do want Nobody. Oh, I really do want Leatherhead. Like, so I've been kind of catching up on my Mirage stuff, and
The,
I've been
the,
opening
Mir-
those. But
the Mirage stuff,
I have to
really,
I have to get the hairdryer out for some of them. But the actual Mirage stuff, I've had not that much problems
Yeah,
with.
yeah. Weirdly enough, the Mirage stuff, like I got the Jim Lost and Turtle Fort back. I
Yeah,
never had to hit those figures up. Those figures are nice out the box. I think it's the paint because I don't.
yeah.
From what it looks like, but it looks like the cartoon stuff. 87, 2012. They paint the hell out of those figures for some
hmm
reason. Where the Mirage stuff are just
They're
bare
mostly
plastic.
plastic, yeah, and then they just paint
Yeah,
like the
the the the,
the
the
lines,
inking, the ink lines
the
and
ink
everything like
lines. Because
that.
did I have to do any heat? I'm actually now thinking back. I think I didn't have to. I don't think I had to do any heat on my Mirage stuff. I also got Archie Mondo. I didn't have to do any heat on him either. But I had to
Yeah,
heat up like Shredder Dracula in order to change his heads. So
yeah. It's weird. The Mirage stuff are just totally fine. Again, I think it has to be the paint
yeah,
scenario.
it's got to be.
For them.
Let's see. Blade Raider asked, did the retitle rundown do any better? Not much, honestly. I didn't change the thumbnail, and it's still under 1,000 after 10 days, which is not great if you look at everything around it. It's not as bad. It didn't like stall. It's still climbing a little bit, but it's like
I think
yeah.
it's one of those. If the audience will find it eventually, kind of videos.
I hope so
I
because
would.
they didn't find
I,
last year's.
'Cause I feel like I think it's this kind of point. I was, it's like it's unlike say Monster Monsters where that was a big project.
Yeah,
I feel like the rundown not doing well. It was kind of expected, sadly, with the current state of the channel right now. So
I
like,
think also just the current state of toy collecting, like people are not jazzed about toy collecting right now.
I think what it is like the major companies. I think still I think like Blockies I think like people like Blockies
Yeah,
still get like pop off. I seen like
I
figure arts
think
will still get.
I don't
I
know.
think it's like the
Figure arts ain't
major.
doing so hot, but
It really depends.
I think
It really
Blockies
depends.
and YOLO Park and Jada are getting a lot of attention because they're new and fresh,
And like
um,
good and don't
and
don't
really
have
good.
like headaches. Yeah, they don't have the headaches.
Yeah.
Of because I think that's what is because the problem I think with Marvel Legends specifically, if I had to say anything, I think all the stupid ass drama with
Yes.
like Max series and like people making the Hasbro rip off
I
and
also
blah blah
think
blah.
the price increase just killed all the interest in
Yeah,
Hasbro brands. Like
yeah, I think it's
the
all
none of
that
the
stuff.
figures, like everybody was like tolerating $25 as a baseline, but now it's 28. Nobody's tolerating it
Yeah.
anymore.
Like stuff like that. I think looking at the other like stuff like I think like Hasbro, which is the biggest, is people are mad at them. Mattel is still good, but they're very much the niche. Like if you're not into Masters, you're not gonna look at
Yeah.
Mattel, for example, like that.
And even
I
Masters
do
has gotten so damn niche that it's hard to like
yeah,
keep up
it's one
with.
of those you're not into the Masters brand, you're not gonna
Yeah.
really know this much about
GI
Mattel.
Joe's
Uh,
fallen off because they ran out of the mainstay characters. They're all into very niche and obscure stuff now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which again, that's another like Masters. If you're in it, you're in it. If you're not, you're not. Scenario like
I
that, you
feel like
might
Marvel
become
Legends is like that too. I don't feel like anybody's starting Marvel Legends right now. I feel like the only people that are collecting Marvel Legends are the people that have been collecting Marvel Legends, and the people that have been collecting Marvel Legends know what to expect.
I think it's a lot of the Marvel Legends problem is all the drama from last year
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Also,
Weirdly
the
enough, I think
repetitive
like
nature, like I talked about in my Too Many X-Men
Spider
video.
Man.
How many
Yeah,
Wolverines did we get? My God. It,
yeah.
it's the
It's
line
also
starts to feel repetitive at that
I
point.
think also because when it comes to Marvel, because I think essentially with Hasbro stuff versus because I never see anything, I never see people like complain about like oh your Jazzwares, your Jack Pacifics and stuff like that. Because I think what the problem since Hasbro's just the biggest, you get a lot of those like oh Hasbro versus Mayfix, stupid
Which is
war
the dumbest
comments.
thing. You put Mafex against Figuarts.
Yeah, and such like that. Like it's like where because that's that's the thing. Like I seen so many people like complain about Mayfix Spider versus Maximum Spider Man, blah
Where
blah
one
blah,
still
Anchor
costs
War.
twice as much as the other.
Yeah, versus like the if you can't afford like the figure art My Hero stuff, the Jazzwares
Hmm.
Total Anime stuff, that's a good $20. It's just weird. I just find it funny that other. I think it's because Hasbro was such the big mega
Yeah.
corporate.
And then
That's
also
why
some of the
so many
smaller
people
companies that people used to like are not delivering anymore. Like NECA and Super 7. People are kind of pissed at both of them.
because
And it's
I never
quality. It's a quality issue.
yeah.
Like I saw the review of the Wave 2 TMNT 2003 figures, and I'm like, oh crap.
Oh, I haven't seen.
It's
I haven't seen
if
videos on
that
them.
one
So
review is indicative of everybody's copies,
I'm more
we're
get
done.
worried. Time to get worried scenario. Oh
Hmm.
boy,
Like
I
that
need to check that
that
out.
guy's splinter was falling apart on him.
Oh dear, I need to check. Probably need to check that out
And then
because
also there was like I think like Shredder can't even like pose good because his skirt doesn't move.
oh, he's too hard. He's too hard
Yeah.
plastic. Oh
So
boy.
I don't know for sure because it's one review and haven't seen anybody else get them yet. But I'm not like
The splinter,
super.
I think the splinter sounds like a QC thing. The shredder
Yeah.
sounds like the design problem with the
Yeah.
splinter. It's
So
like
yeah, if you
it
guys search like TMNT 2003 Wave 2 from Super 7, that's like the only review that's out there.
yeah. I think the
Yeah.
reason why companies like Jada and Blockies and such are such more positive and because they just make good products and for good prices
Oh,
also.
also Fresh Monkey Fiction
Fresh Monk, yeah,
and
like
the Mythic
lot of those indie,
Legions.
a lot of those indie toy
Yeah.
companies, yeah.
That's I think where I think that's where we're at. Was like that's a point where like the indie toy companies are the more interesting toy market right now. The problem with covering that on YouTube is algorithm don't like the word Mythic Legion as much as it likes Marvel Legends, but the audience is not showing up for Marvel Legends like they would show up for more indie stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see. I feel like we're in a
It's prob-
transition point.
it's probably why Blockies do it because they get good big IPs
Yeah,
that people want, and I think also
the
because they're
big IPs
affordable.
will push to get eyes on the company. So that's why they need to do them.
I think what a lot of these other like Jada and Blockies, I think why so many people are like more directing them to them is their prices and their designs because
Yeah.
I have their Pokemon first wave of Pokemon Blockies and they're really damn good because I feel like Blockies realize that oh people want good articulated Pokemon figures and a nice 4 to 5 inch scale.
Hmm.
There you go. Like same with Jada they know how to make. I think that's the thing is Jada knows how to make a posable action figure because they how many ab crunches on Marvel Legends or McFarlane's that are useless versus Jada where even though technically it's because Jada understands that you shouldn't they need to have
Oh yeah,
cuts.
like the ab crunch on Figure Art Cyclops. That one's completely useless. I don't even know why
Oh,
it's there.
have you seen Spider Verse Scarlet Spider?
Yeah.
That was bad. That was bad. It's like you need to have cuts in the joints themselves to actually have them to crunch or something like that
Hmm.
scenario like that.
I have a huge. By the way, for anybody wondering, I do have a huge stack of Figure Arts right now. I got my Ami Ami box finally. I got my Big Bad Toy Store box.
You're
Um,
brave. You're brave buying Kefka for human Kefka for full price, man.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, I'll get him and do the short, and that'll make up for the price." And then I ended up not getting him for 6 months. No, I have so I got a bunch of figure art. So like, what I'm gonna try to do next week because I need to get the Transformer rundown done this week. Next week I'm probably
Is it?
just gonna shoot all those figure arts, get
It's
all
gonna
the
be the return
shorts
of.
ready, and then it's
It's
just
gonna be
gonna.
the. Re-
I'm gonna rapid fire them out. But if I have an idea for a short, then I'll just replace it with a figure art and just push them down the line. So
It's gonna be the return of Figure Art Thursdays, like you did a while ago.
it'll be figure art
Last year.
Thursdays with figure art Tuesdays if I don't have another short idea.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot. I have Kafka. I have Shinomiya.
Peace
I've
out.
got
Yeah.
Aka Ranger, Goju Wolf, Omega, Ultraman Cosmos, Jewelry Bonnie, Chainsaw Man Rize Arc movie version. A couple others. Also, I got Blocky's Wolverine. We were talking about Blocky's, and I
Oh,
forgot
nice.
he's right on my desk. It's the
How
Deadpool
is he?
Wolverine movie one. He's great. I love
How's
him.
yeah? Because he designed they really
If he was like
designed
a
this.
half inch taller, I would. If the Blocky's like Marvel figures were just like a little bit taller, and they were like that 6 inch scale, I could really just go all crazy with them.
Yeah, no, they're like $20. I think he was like $20, and his build was nice from what I
Super easy.
understand, And he actually has good like articulation. Like he actually can use his butterflies and nav crunch, right?
The only frustration I have, and this is just model kit vibes, is that like his butterflies work, but if you move them too far, the elbows will just pop out or the shoulders
Yeah,
will pop out.
it's a reminder that
Yeah,
it's still a model kit at the end of the
it's
day
still it's still
scenario,
a
right?
model kit, so it's like the joints will pop out, but I really like him, and also the thing I like about him is he's the Deadpool Wolverine suit, but he's sleeveless and he has the shoulder pads, which is what I
He
was
does,
wanting.
I like the Blockies Marvel kits, at least the champion class ones, because they have a nice stylization
Yeah.
to them. So like they feel unique. Like you can tell that's the Blockies figures and stuff like that. It's
Also,
why
I got the Reaction Plus Universal Monsters, which is just basically O-ring Universal Monsters, and I really like them. I want more.
have you put them in crazy GI Joe vehicles yet?
I haven't yet because all my Joe stuff is packed off. I'm in the midst of like I need to redo like all of my shelving for like comics, for movies, for toys. All of it needs redoing. And once I get this rundown stuff behind me, I can start working on that. And I just need to start like tearing stuff down off the shelves, redo the shelves, get new shelves or change the shelves, and then put everything back up, and then look at what I have left over and go, what do I need and what do I don't need? So, also Blade Raider said, thinking I kind of want those things. Dracula's great. His cape is like so nice. It's like a nice material. So, anyways, Reaction Plus Universal Monsters. If you're into them, I like them. Just a seal of approval because I'm not reviewing them. Yeah, everything's in chaos. Like none of my Transformers are on a shelf right now. All the Marvel Legends that were in the rundown are not on the shelf back there. They're in a tub. And I think I'm just going to keep them there. And I'm going to take all of them off, put them in a tub,
They
and then
belong,
redo the whole
they
thing.
belong, they belong in a museum.
Yeah. Indie stuff is in a box. I got to put all my NECA stuff in a box. I need to completely, like, just tear it all apart and start over. Because as everything is at the moment, I'm just not happy with it. I want to buy some new shelves for my comics because my Marvel shelf right now is bowing to a point where the only reason it doesn't collapse is because the books are holding the books up. That's not good. So I'm like, I want to get some like nice IKEA shelves for the omnibuses, and then I can just have like, here's the omnibus section, and then here's the paperback section, and kind of work that way through everything because it's a mess. I'm gonna like probably when the springtime comes, I'm gonna get some videos prepped in advance. So it'll just be like, here's some easy videos, and then I can just go work on cleaning and redoing stuff because it needs complete.
Wait, telling
Yeah.
Are you telling me it's time for the return of Sound Eat Smarties again to get a filler video
Probably,
up?
honestly. That's what about DC Multiverse? I have two. I have a box, and then I have a tub. And I got some DC Multiverse, and I got Blackfire in, and I haven't done it yet. But I'm just gonna open her up, be like, "Oh, she's nice," and stick her right in the tub because there's no shelf for her to go on right now.
That's me.
But if she's
That's
in
me
the
with
tub, it's
that's me.
smaller than she's in the package, right?
That's me. That's me in with Legends. It's like, oh, I pick up all these new Legends, so then humans and all that stuff into the tub you go because I have
Yeah.
no space for you.
I just got a bunch of Star Wars figures, and they're sitting out on like the table right now. In a little bit when I need space, I'm just gonna put them in the tub because I needed Star Wars got to come down. Everything just needs redoing. It's at an
Yeah,
everything needs redoing point.
I rewatch.
So
Yeah, we mentioned I rewatched the Toy Story trilogy recently, and all I think is like the into the box. It sounds like
yes,
into the tub you go.
ironically, Toy Story's staying where it is because I have this big shelf at the top of the closet, and all the Toy Story stuff fits there, and I ain't touching that because it's perfect. Just gonna leave
That
it.
that also you don't want to touch Ham.
I don't want to touch hand. He's nestled between like two soft guys, so that he can be safe. So I'm just gonna leave it. It's the recent Blackfire, the what is it? The McFarlane, was it the freaking Digital Wave or whatever they are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's the one I got. All right, let's get to the news. Oh, that's right. Wednesday's video. I'm going to try something out. We've been talking about how Epic collections are out of print and their prices are out of control. So I thought, let's do an eBay deep dive as to what Epic collections are going for the most money.
You're a fool.
Yes,
You're doing TG Omega. You're doing like what TG Omega does sometimes. It's
I
just
know.
like what's this?
He did
What
that
is
with some
Doom?
Transformers, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just going to steal that idea. I'm sure he won't mind. It's not like it's a unique
It's
concept,
not.
but
It's not because it's doom. I like to call it doom scrolling on the
yeah,
EBA.
because my idea is I can spend like 2 hours tops making that tomorrow, and then I can spend the rest of the day working on the Transformers rundown, which is what really needs to get done. So I'm like, let's do like an eBay video on comics. Just
Be sad
get
and
it
be
done.
sad the whole entire time.
Yeah, because I'm really curious because currently the epic that I don't have that goes for the most is the Master Plan of Doctor Doom. Yeah, I've seen it for like $300. I'm wondering if there's stuff going for higher than that. So
God.
it'll be fun, but that's kind of like the goal is to get things rolling along because Transformer Rundown's going to happen. I've restructured the entire thing. It's not going to be a standard style rundown. We're not going wave by wave. I've grouped everything. So it's going to be like, for example, it'll start with the primes, and we'll talk about all the primes, and then we'll talk about like Superion, and then Devastator, and then all the G1 stuff, all the G1 movie stuff, all the Armada stuff. Like, I'm going to break it down like that and see if that would be kind of fun to do and make it more interesting for me to cover. But I will still mark what wave they came from, and then like have a little text box in the corner that's like Armada Red Alert, Age of the Primes, Voyager Wave 1. Like, so that way it still keeps the record of like when they were released, but I think it'll be a little bit more interesting structure wise to kind of go like, here's our RID stuff, here's our animated stuff. So that'll be the kind of the way it'll be done. So stay tuned for that. There won't be a short tomorrow. I'll do one for Thursday though. Just to kind of keep things rolling, but also need to focus on the Transformers rundown so I don't end up editing it at 2 in the morning on Thursday.
Sound sure. Well, here's what I ate. Here's what I ate today. Here's my salad.
Here's the food I got. All right, let's get to the news now. All right, so
you know what you should do? Sure, because I've been watching a lot of videos recently of this subject, but you should do like, what is the daily routine of Soundout12? Is that?
That sounds fun, and I will think about it because I need to make sure I can make it entertaining. Because it kind of is. It's usually like wake up, doom scroll for about a half hour, catch up on how the world's on fire, then get myself up and going, and then go, okay, what should I work on? Get distracted 4 times, then get working on it, then it gets done.
Yeah. Because well, for me, it's like I've recently been doing a lot of scheduling of like, go on like Google Calendar. Like, all right, this time, wake up, make breakfast, and I put time. All right, this is the time I work. This is the time I eat lunch. This is the time I take breaks.
Yeah,
I've been doing that. That's been really productive.
I set a bunch of alarms. I have like an alarm that's like eat lunch now, and then an alarm that's like do this now, and an alarm that's like do this now.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it's because I don't have ADHD, but I have a little bit of just unfocused nature sometimes. It's like what did I call it? I said to somebody else, I was like, I have ADHD when the moon is full.
Yeah.
It's werewolf ADHD. If the moon's full, I just can't focus. All right, let's get to the news. We're gonna start with some sad news. Discotek Media has been discussing their out-of-print titles because Crunchyroll stores suddenly started canceling a bunch of stuff that wasn't out of print. They're just like not wanting to do back orders because they're Crunchyroll store and they suck.
Great.
So Discotek wanted to make sure and clear up what is actually out of print. So for the sake of everybody, I'm going to read the entire list. Are you ready? Here we go. All right, so newly discontinued includes Actually I Am a Aho Girl, As Miss Beelzebub Likes It, Banana 2, Battle Athletes, Blue Seed, Bohachi Bushido the Villain, Bullet Trade, Case Coast Detective Conan, Darkest Nightmare, Fist of the Blue Sapphire, Sunfires of the Inferno, Zero the Enforcer, Combattler 5, Duel, Eat Man, Electric's Lightspeed Albegas, Elemental Geliad, Fighting General Daimos, Flying Phantom Ship, Freedom OVA, Future Robot Daltanius, Get a Robo Armageddon, God Mars, Gogol 13 Live Action, Hanascara Sei Shonen, Heart and Yumi, High School Seiha Girls, Inukami, Lady Georgie, Legend of Calamity Jane, Legend of Dinosaurs and Monster Birds, Legends of Horus of the Prince of the Sun, Lupin the Third, Angel Tactus, Looseness of the Fog, Italian Game Missed by a Dollar, Pursuit of Harimo's Treasure, Secret Page of Marco Polo, 7 Days Rhapsody, Swallowtail Tattoo, Sweet Last Night, Columbus Falcon Last Job. Those are all the Lupin specials that were in print. They're out of print now because they're doing those collections at this point.
So not too much of a loss for those ones.
Yeah, that's not
coming back soon.
Those will probably be coming back in collections. Machine Robo Battle Hackers, Mongolian Knights Japanese, Mrs. Pepperpot, Mrs. Koizumi Loves Ramen Noodles, Miss Vampire Who Lives in My Neighborhood, Inji Knight Lamune and 40 Fire, Powered Armor Dorvac, Princess and the Pilot, Reborn Part 1 and 2, Recently My Sister's Unusual, Saint Tail, Sayuki Reload Burial, Sayuki Reload Gunlock, Sergeant Frog Seasons 1 through 7, Shin Tetsujin 28, Shogun Samurai, Space Emperor God Sigma, Star Ocean EX, Tales of Fantasia, Tales of Symphonia, Tetsujin 28 FX, Therme Rome, Tomorrow's Joe 2, Toriko Movies, Video Warrior Laserion, and the Zatch Bell movies.
It's
I
kind of insane
noticed
because
something there. All of my favorite robot shows are gone, except for one in the trilogy
Yeah,
of the romance trilogy, which is Voltes. But Combatler and Deimos are gone.
it's because Voltes is coming back as a full Blu-ray
isn't
instead of an SD
isn't,
Blu-ray.
isn't Combattler 5 also
See,
coming back in like
I
4K
Thinks
or
I think it might be coming back
Blu-ray?
in a Blu-ray.
Yeah, I think it was SD Blu-ray before. It's kind of insane because
Also,
the time
Peacemaker on our Discord has a list with pictures and sorted by year of release. So
it's
go
kind of
check it out.
insane. Yeah, it's kind of insane because some of these titles are like just came. I feel like they just came out. Like some
yeah,
of the ones they
for
mentioned,
real.
There was
where
some
it's
like
like
Heart and Yumi that were like specifically limited print, and the front package had like a sticker that's like, this is this copy out of this many.
yeah,
So
but some of these
yeah,
titles are like I feel like listening to like I think some of these I think these titles came out either last year or like the year before. It's like
some of them
damn, it's
are.
like
I think they did mention that a bunch of these, some of these are out of their control, license expiring. Some
yeah, I
of these
figured.
are they weren't selling, so keeping them in print is taking away resources from other releases because they are a small company. And also, there's been a big issue with disc replicators. There's not that many companies making discs, so everything's getting backed up a lot. And it's causing like a bottlenecking situation between all the disc publishers because they're all going to like the same 2 or 3 companies to get their discs printed. And so a lot of companies are starting to pull back some of the back catalog that's not selling as much because they need to focus on getting the new releases out and keep like the really popular stuff in print. Peacemaker says most of the releases in this list came out in 2022. Um, so
Yeah,
that's a factor. I know with the mecha shows, it's like it really sucks that a bunch of the mecha shows are going out of print, but I'm also not too surprised because they don't sell super well. I think they even said the mecha stuff sells worse than the Tokusatsu stuff.
they're passion. Mecha's passion. Damn it.
Yeah, that's also why they haven't been making as much mecha because they're very expensive to do the releases and they don't sell super well.
Also,
So
I think
yeah,
I think they got a lot of the major ones already, so they're going very much on the super niche stuff right
yep.
now.
Albegus and Daltanius, 2 guys that were almost Voltron.
Yep.
Yeah. So, best of luck looking for any of these. It's always rough when stuff goes out of print, but they've made so much they can't keep everything in print. It's just the
Hmm.
nature of the business. All right, but speaking of this, Media OCD announced a new program called Discotek Deep Dives, which first of all, their release of Alien 9 is up for Media OCD. So every month they're going to add 20 to 30 titles from the Discotek Media Collection, prioritizing ones that are getting hard to find. There are some up for pre-order a few weeks before they get the inventory to ship them out, so you can make sure you get one. So this month's titles are Galaxy Express 999 the movie, Adieu Galaxy Express 999, Galaxy Express 999 Eternal Fantasy, Angel Cop, Scried, Goku Midnight Eye, Genocyber, Golgo 13 the Professional, Kimagure Orange Road TV, Kimagure Orange Road OVA and Movie, Super Dimension Century Orgus, Kenichi Mighty Disciple Seasons 1 and 2, Lupin the Third Part 1, Mobile Cop G-Pon, Dalos, Cleopatra, Crusher Joe the movie, Crusher Joe the OVA, and Han Christian Andersen, The Little Mermaid. They are up on Media OCD's site now. So, also here's some stats. Peacemaker said 2016 and 2019, 15 releases out of print. 2020 to 2024, 60 releases out of print. The more obscure stuff gets, the obscure stuff will sell, but they can't afford to keep it in print. If it's like, oh, we either keep, Galactic Defender Linguini in print or we print Digimon.
Hmm.
Like one is gonna make a lot more money for the company than the other. So yeah, those are up on Media OCD's site, which as far as I know, they ship international, unlike every other store that sells them. So good to know. Other Blu-ray news. Zootopia 2 is coming out March 3rd. There will be a Blu-ray and DVD combo pack and a 4K Blu-ray Steelbook There actually is bonus features. That's pretty nice. Still don't get why Disney doesn't do commentary tracks anymore. It's like one of my favorite things.
I know, right? I remember as a kid, I watched the Toy Story 3 once so much as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
those
commentaries, and I love when movies have multiples, and I hate when they only have 0. I want every movie to have a commentary.
mhm.
So yeah, that's true. Matei says Oscar nominated Zootopia 2. Also, Soundout movie award winner Zootopia 2. Good stuff. And then
We'll be talking about the Oscars
we
in a
will
bit.
be. I have thoughts. And then the last thing we got is that all of Cobra Kai is coming out on a complete Blu-ray set, all 6 seasons, plus commentaries
Yeah, there's
for season 1 and 6 for the
yeah,
pilot
which
and the
I'm really
finale.
glad. Which I'm very glad because well, so first off, this is Netflix safe in Netflix jail. What? No, not surprise. Not well, no, not full Netflix jail because like Sony it's owned by Sony, but also they have released the series on DVD
Yep.
on retail. So finally they're on Blu-ray. Thank God. Just makes me happy to see all of it in one box. Like I was hoping for them to release it. Nope, pre-orders for some reason. Like
They
I was
haven't
like,
gone up yet. It's coming out
yeah,
March 3rd, and a lot
yeah.
of stuff has been not doing extended pre-orders because of the whole replicator thing.
Yeah, hopefully that pre-orders come out soon because I would instantly pre-order this because I love the show. So like, I really hope that.
Blu-ray.com, if you go on Blu-ray.com, this is my hot tip for everybody. You go on Blu-ray.com and you put your email here, they'll send you an email when it goes up on like Amazon, so you know when pre-orders open. It's helpful.
Yeah, my.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Veloquence is asking about the Bugs Bunny collection that went up for pre-order. This is what it looks like. This is a re-release of a set that came out in 2020 that came with a Bug Bunny Funko Pop and some other stuff. It is a collection of Looney Tunes shorts that aren't in the other Blu-ray sets, so it's definitely worth getting if you don't have the previous collection. Let's see let's see if I can find the picture of the previous one. I covered the previous one because I got it on sale. Where is... That's not it. Slip back. Where's the picture that shows the whole box? Oh, this is just the standard. There also was a standard in 2020. Anyways, they're reprinting it in case you missed out on it. There's the Funko Pop one. There it is.
Essentially, you don't want the Funko Pop.
Yeah, if you don't want the Funko Pop, you can just get the new one for $30, which is much better. I bought it with the Funko Pops. I got it on sale, and then they sold out of all those, and that's why like, oh, now we'll reprint it because it's all sold out everywhere. So there we go. All right. Comic news is up next. There's not a super ton, but I wanted to kind of touch on a couple indie things and then kind of go through the DC and Marvel solicits because I want to bitch about things. And you guys know I love bitching about comic books.
Let's say so. A normal Tuesday.
A normal Tuesday. That's technically Monday, but it's Tuesday somewhere. Yeah, because the thing is, like, there was the stuff I wanted to bitch about in the Marvel and DC solicits wasn't given separate articles. So, all right. First of all, comic books. The Thundercats Silverhawks crossover is a little bit more intense than we originally thought. They announced this with the Thundercats Silverhawks Road to War one shot, and I was like, ooh, okay, we're probably getting a Thundercats Silverhawks miniseries. But what's happening is the Thundercats comic is ending with issue 25. Then they're going to be replacing it with Thundercats Cross Silverhawks. But in addition to that, there will be 2 other series called Mumra the Ever-Living and Thunderhawks. So this is going to be 15 issues of a crossover event, and basically every month there will be 3 comics that tie into the event for a total of 15 issues over 5 months. I'm pretty impressed they're going this hardcore with it. I don't know how it's going to work out sales-wise, but...
I would say it reminds me of the whole with Power Ranger Prime with VR Troopers.
Except the VR Troopers comic never interacted with the Power Ranger Prime comic, which is weird. The VR Troopers comic, no disrespect to anybody that worked on it, I didn't understand the point of it. It didn't develop the characters. It didn't really move the story forward. It never crossed into the Power Ranger comic. If you read the VR Troopers comic, you never even know there's a Power Ranger comic. It's never referenced. And the Power Rangers comics just stops having the VR Troopers in it after a certain point. So they didn't really intersect at all. And the VR Troopers comic ended on a cliffhanger. And I was like, why did you not wrap this storyline up? But then I thought about the original VR Troopers show and realized it was on brand.
It must be. It has to be some like weird meddling or something like that.
I feel like because Power Rangers Prime got canceled, the VR Trooper storyline was supposed to come back into the Power Rangers Prime story, and then the VR Troopers villains would get
Yeah.
involved, but it's not happening because the comic's over in 2 issues, which is a
Yeah.
shame because it just got really good. Anyways, this will be interesting. Also, this Thunderhawks thing is apparently like
I was saying, is
they're
that
getting
like?
fused because this
I was saying
looks
that,
like what's her name from Thundercats Lost, but she's wearing like Silverhawks armor.
I would say that cover with Lion is what's the main character of Silverhawks?
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver. Did they change his name or
No,
no?
they never have.
Is that a redesign? Because Yaji looks really cool with that armor.
That's based on how he looks in the Silverhawks comic that they did.
I am so glad they
Is
actually
that-
made him fuse like that
is-
because
Yeah.
that's the move I would have done.
Right.
Is that a redesign? Is that a redesign? Because honestly, that looks really damn cool.
It's
that
really
that
close to the
similar.
original, but they added a
Yeah,
few
it looks similar
details.
to the original to me.
The wings redesign
I
was the
actually had
biggest
the
thing.
tape.
Because I don't ever
Yeah.
see that Matt. Honestly, I think I'll probably be interested in walking more Silverhawks. They always look like that because they look super cool with that visor, everything like
Yeah,
that.
the visors from the original cartoon, they just the toys didn't have the visors until the Super 7 ones.
Because in the opening intro, what you actually see them flip the visors.
Yeah.
It's like one of the coolest things.
They don't leave them on long enough because the visors are the coolest part of the designs. But yeah, this looks pretty cool, and I'm excited. I kind of like the way that Quicksilver's wings are drawn on the interior art, where it's kind of like Falcon's wings, more so than Gatchaman
Oh yeah.
or Jetman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm digging this. I'm looking forward to it. So they're doing another month of silent issues for the G.I. Joe Real American Hero comic. They did this a while back where they did a bunch of silent one-shots with the G.I. Joe team, which these are like no dialogue stories. But they're doing another batch of them for Cobra this time, which I think is pretty cool. So we have Baroness, which will be coming out first, then Crimson Guard, Zartan, Copperhead, and Firefly. Looks like Joelle Jones is doing Baroness. They list the artist first because, no dialogue. So the artist is doing the big stuff. Gabriel Hardman's doing the Crimson Guard one with Matt Hollingsworth. Howard Porter and Romulo Farad Jr. Is doing Copperhead, which is great because the Copperhead never gets any focus. So let's give Copperhead some stuff. The Firefly one's going to be Jorge Fornes and Dave Stewart. And then Zartan will be Pat O'Leaf, Tom DeFalco, and John Calise. So this will be pretty cool. These were fun last time when they did the G.I. Joe ones. It was like one a week. It was just like a month of really cool silent issues. So looking forward to it. All right, let's bitch about Marvel because I think it's deserved.
So why we do every time.
Exactly. The what was it? The best-selling comics of 2025 list came out, and there wasn't a single X-Men book in the top 50.
So that push was pointless then.
Yep. As I keep saying, you need to replace your editors, Marvel, because they suck at their job. We talked about Spider-Man, Superman last week, so I'm going to move past that. Ultimate Wolverine's ending. Thank God. Ultimate's is ending.
All of them are ending. Yeah, we already know all of them are ending.
Ultimate Endgame's ending. Ultimate Finale is coming out.
Fork Fountain Kitchen. Well, Ultimate stuff right now.
I don't follow what's going on in Venom. This cover makes zero sense to me.
Oh, because that's Eddie's son. I just don't know the villain.
That's is this part of that crossover they're doing? Deep Spiral or whatever? Death Spiral?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, from what I understand, yeah.
Okay, MJ's still Venom over here, I guess. More Venom. Doing Venom stuff. I'm just gonna skip past the Spider-Man stuff. I don't have any thoughts. Oh, also, they did this big announcement for this Spider-Versity comic. They're like, look at all the Spider-Man characters are going to be mentored by Norman Osborn. And I'm like, what in the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man synergy hell?
I mean, my character, I like brains. Like, I see Silk, I'm like, I might check it out, but
why is
she's probably gonna be the only...
Why is Anya Corazon back as Aranya and not Spider-Girl?
I know, right? It's frustrating. But it's like, I see Silk, I was like, I might check it out, but like, I don't...
And then it's a 5-issue miniseries.
Yeah, I'm like,
you can't do a school-based comic and do a 5-issue miniseries. It means no time for slice of life, which is the basis of all school stories. Here's that Captain Marvel miniseries that we talked about before. That's like the flashback series.
Yeah, most of the stuff. Yeah, you might want to skip
Wonder
it.
Man. I just want to talk about Wonder Man. Look at him. I'm so excited for his show. Do you guys see that Wonder Man had like a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, it's like the most like positive review Marvel series in a
Yeah.
long while.
So I'm pretty excited about that. Oh, they're doing an Eternals 50th anniversary one shot. Someday Marvel will convince people that the Eternals are cool. This is not
I
going to be
mean, they
that day.
here's the thing, and they go pure Jack. I mean, I do appreciate they going pure Jack Kirby with them at the very
I
least.
say this as somebody who's a big Jack Kirby fan. The Eternals is probably his weakest work.
Well, because the problem with the Turtles is they're too similar to the New Gods, right?
They're
It's
too similar to
really
the New Gods, and then they're too similar to the Inhumans at the same time. So they're
yeah. So like
redundant no matter where you look at them. The movie had ideas. That's all I got on there. All right, moving past Venom stuff. We talked about Doom 2089. Daredevil's still going. Jessica Jones got a comic. Yep, we've talked about most of this. Oh,
where's the part? Where's the part you want to bitch about?
yeah,
'Cause, yeah,
Armageddon assembles. By the way, like this new event, they said like
event.
the main characters of this Avengers event are Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, and Wolverine. And I was like, what?
Doom,
Why is
that's
Wolverine
Doom.
here?
It's because you know what Doomsday synergy.
Yep.
That's Doomsday synergy right there.
Jubilee. All right, so here's the things I want to talk about. X-Men. Our cover for X-Men United has Captain America on it for issue 2. And it looks like they're traveling back in time. I don't know what's going on
here. Yeah.
I'm actually looking forward to that book. Magic and Colossus is a miniseries. Rogue is a miniseries.
I mean, that Magic, it's like, oh, we ended that Magic 10-issue miniseries. Here's again, but Colossus here. Like, what's the point canceling? You're just going to continue it practically.
Exactly. Rogue, miniseries. Cyclops, miniseries. Inglorious X-Force, currently ongoing, but let's be real, is this going to make it past 10? Probably not. Danny Moonstar, miniseries. Storm, miniseries. Generation X-23, ongoing.
Wait, is Storm a relaunch?
It's a relaunch from a 12-issue series that was confirmed to have 24 issues. When they said it was going to get 24 issues, and then now it came back and they said it was going to be an ongoing, and now it's a 5-issue miniseries.
Oh, okay.
So, Generation X-23, it's on issue 3. We'll see how far it goes. The new Deadpool comic, probably going to get canceled again. X-Men is still going, of course. Wolverine's still going, and Uncanny X-Men are still going because that's what they do. Those are the 3 flagship books. The problem is, you notice, okay, they're doing a Deadpool April Fool's Day one shot. Here's where we're getting into issues. Planet She-Hulk sounds like a finale. Because it says closing arguments. She-Hulk's been trapped on Sakaar much longer than she planned, has gotten more involved in the planet's politics than she ever dreamed. Will she take the throne in order to save the planet from itself, or will she be tossed back into the pits of disgrace? And it's 32 pages. Normally, these comics that are standard comics, not, one-shots or first issues, come in at about 20 pages. 20 pages is the standard. Are they bumping it up because they canceled it at issue 6? Instead of being issue 10?
Oh boy.
Nova Centurion, issue 6. In the crosshairs of everyone. Rich Rider, the last Nova in space, and the final hope of once proud Nova Corps. Dodging danger, chasing every credit, and skipping town whenever it all comes crashing down around him. Rich has gotten up with the mob, mixed up with the mob. His ship has been stolen. Now somehow, those are the least of his problems. Will Nova survive to see another day in the unsavory, deadly galaxy he's sworn to protect? You'll just have to wait and see. Is that a finale? Is he getting 4 more issues? Who knows? How about Imperial Guardians? When we covered this was announced as an ongoing. When the issue 1 was solicited, it was an ongoing. Issue 2 of 5. It's already been downgraded to a miniseries.
I said that didn't even came out yet.
Hasn't even come out yet. Guess what? Somebody was talking on Twitter, and a Marvel Comics writer had said in a podcast that if issue 1 does not get enough pre-sales, they will downgrade it to a miniseries. Marvel is not waiting for readers to discover books. Marvel is not waiting for readers to find them in a different format like trades or digital. Marvel seems to be deciding the fates of these comics off of issue 1 pre-order numbers through comic shops. And that's why that's why the solicitation is 70% miniseries.
It's some of this why I've been kind of distant in comics for a while now. Even though I still love reading them, at least it's just like they're too short.
I'm trying to decide if I should tell my comic shop to just pull Imperial Guardians off my wish list or off my pull list because it's only going to be 5 issues.
It's like it's so short that like I can't like get invested into Marvel and DC stuff anymore. It's like even though like not like oh I'm
We'll
this
talk about
interest because
DC in a moment, but I'll give them some more credit. They at least let some series run longer
yeah,
than
and it's
yeah.
not like I'm angry at Marvel or I'm like don't care about these characters. Like no, I still love these characters. I
But
still
how
want
are
to
you
read
supposed to
more of
get
this.
invested if the series is only 5 issues?
Yeah, it's one of those I just wait for the trade then scenario like
Yeah.
or something like that. Like I can't. It's a month. It's like I cannot convince myself to pay so and so each month for this specific comic.
Yeah.
If I know it's gonna end soon
It,
and such like that.
exactly. And like Velquin says, why would they use this why would they base the series length off of this metric of pre-orders? How many people go and pre-order books from comic shops? I am on top of stuff. So like I go to my comic shop, I'm like, okay, put Imperial Guardians on my pull list, right? But a lot of people will pick up a first issue off the rack because it looks
Oh,
interesting. It has a
cool.
number 1 on it, and then they decide, okay, now I want it, put it on the list, and so that's later issues. Like to just decide that a whole series is not going to continue because the first issue didn't get the pre-order numbers you want is insane, out of touch, and ridiculous. And that's why I'm on the campaign of we need completely new editors at Marvel. Everybody
Yeah,
is out of control over there. They don't
I think
they're killing the whole business of Marvel Comics because they're doing dumb stuff like this.
I think especially the problem is not everybody does the pull things because some
Yeah.
people don't even know that's either they don't know that's a thing or or like they
Also,
don't
I
go
will
to the comic.
guarantee you the biggest chunk of comic readers are reading digitally and in trade.
Right. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, read by the a lot of people read by the trade a lot of times because well the biggest thing is just teaching their satellite comic store near them to go weekly or monthly and stuff like that's the problem
Yeah.
with that scenario.
Valiquid says 90% uninformed of the medium, informed users buy off the rack based on what they see and what they walk into a shop. Exactly. That's exactly what's going on. Is Marvel bleeding money? Who knows? But the problem is they're bleeding titles. They announce like 10 titles and cancel 15 because they're not looking at any metric besides single issue pre-order numbers. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Did I have anything else to say here besides miniseries? Probably a miniseries. Yeah. Also, I do want to say that they're also doing something similar at the collected editions department, where they're printing based on pre-order numbers for trades
Why?
and for omnis and
Like
for epics. That's why stuff keeps selling out in the omnis and epics because they're printing close to numbers to cut their overhead. Because I've heard that the new person in charge of the collected editions department, because the guy that has been running it since the early 2000s apparently isn't in charge anymore, and now they're at a point where um, there's a new guy who came in. Apparently, it's like an MBA, and just wants to get everything down to like the slimmest profit margins.
I mean that explains honestly that explains everything why the Marvel trade's been so not good recently for me with prices and everything and like availability
Yeah,
because it's
they keep
like
selling out
how
really quick for the hot stuff. Like the X-Men omnibuses that came out recently, like sold out the first day, and then people were like, "We didn't get it. How are we supposed to get it?" And then Marvel's having to do reprints now.
how are people gonna get into these things if they can't get them?
Yeah, they're not thinking about. This is the problem: is Marvel's not forward thinking at all at the moment. They're not thinking about getting new readers. They're just trying to suck the money out of the readers they got. It's actually very similar to how Disney is treating the Disney parks right now. They're not trying to get new people to go to the parks. They're just trying to continually drain from the people they know they have hooked and can't and that won't let go.
Which is so bizarre because you think like with successes like Marvel Rivals, you think
Yeah,
there's many new eyes on Marvel that there's many people that go like, I like Squirrel Girl or like Psylocke. I want to read her books or something like that. Where can I find them? Find them
yeah.
and such like that. You think they will like
And DC, on the opposite side, is doing an insanely good job of bringing new readers in because Absolute Batman was like every single issue of Absolute Batman was on the top 50 last year. Like somebody knows what they're doing at DC. I will also add, how is it the only Star Wars comics right now is the Maul TV show tie-in comic and the Galaxy's Edge. We're too
you-
we're too overthinking the lore of our land comic. That's it. That's the only two
yeah.
That's only two Star Wars comics from Marvel right now, which is insane. Omnibus wise, because I don't know if we talked about these. There's Marvel Fanfare Volume 3. I'm just going to tell people stuff's coming out because, apparently got to jump on this stuff immediately. X-Men Blue and Gold Blood Ties, which is more of the 90s stuff. You can pause and read if you like. Amazing Spider-Man by Zeb Wells Omnibus 2. Contents. Then we've got Reign of X Volume 1 for the Krakoa era. That comes out later this year. They actually added the Juggernaut miniseries, so they do listen when the fandom is like, "Where's the Juggernaut miniseries?" and they put it in here. So there's that.
Here's the problem.
Yay,
Miniseries are
Storm.
not bad. Miniseries are not bad. The problem is when everything's a miniseries. Like,
Exactly.
You know,
You get zero
like-
commitment from your readership when everything's a fleeting 5-month experience.
not every not every character needs to have a full ongoing. Some characters like, oh, we want to tell this this little mini series of Cyclops or whatever or something like that of his own side adventures. That's fine, but like when everything's what's the syndrome line for Incredibles? Like when
everybody's
everyone's
super, nobody's special, or whatever.
when everyone's when everyone's a mini series, no one is or something like that.
Yeah. It's very frustrating because I'm reading older stuff. Like, I'm reading older Marvel right now, and I'm reading old X-Men, and it's like the only way that Claremont X-Men worked was because they had dozens of issues to build to things and expand on stuff. Also, I am excited about this Poe Dameron omnibus because it's Poe Dameron. He's coolest. What was it? Blader says Dark Horse allowed to make new Star Wars or just reprints. They're actually doing a ton of new stuff at Dark Horse. They got a bunch. They're doing like everything's miniseries over there. But it works kind of, miniseries do work for Star Wars, right? Like, here's a miniseries about the Bad Batch, like, totally makes sense, right? Here's a miniseries about, like, Kit Fisto, that makes sense. But yeah, so this is but here's the thing. I've been bitching about Marvel. I'm almost, god dang, they put out a lot of books for a company that doesn't want to commit to anything. My goodness.
It's probably why the Energon universe is doing so well, because they're actually committing the 3 books. And such like that, it's like it's kind of nice to have 3 ongoings from a comic company that's that's consistent and such.
Exactly. Now, DC. Let's go talk about DC for a moment. DC's got new books coming out, like the Zatanna series, which I hope gets a long run. I will give credit to DC. Green Arrow wasn't selling very well for a long time, but they let it go to issue 31. They apparently. Chris Condon, I think, the writer in Green Arrow, said, they let us go months longer than we should have because of the sales, but they just were hoping it would rebound. And it didn't, and so they canceled it. That's fine. At least they tried.
That's 31 issues. Like, I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, no, it's great. And the 31st issue, the final issue, was so damn good that I'm like, I'm fine with it ending. We got the new Firestorm comic, which we also talked about last week. The new Batwoman comic. Did we talk about Batwoman? I feel like we did.
No, I think
Greg Ruck is doing Batwoman. I'm excited.
We talked about this before. My because my partner finally read the compact Batwoman compact of LG. Man, like he was talking about, like I forgot how really honestly progressive that came. Like that was like 2009, right? And that was like they actually really go into Kate's and her sexuality and
the fact that Don't Ask, Don't Tell is part of her backstory is like is because that was insanely topical at the time too. It was very ballsy to do that, and I'm always glad they did. I love Batwoman. Kate is one of my favorite Bat family characters, one of my favorite DC characters. Period. So I've been not buying a lot of DC because DC Universe Infinite giving me comics 1 month after they're published is just
such a good deal. It's such a good deal.
Such a good deal. But I told my comic shop, I was like, I need you to pull every issue of Batwoman for me because I'm not waiting for this. I'm on day 1 for more Greg Rucka Batwoman, Deathstroke. I don't know if we talked about Scotty Young's Lobo, but
I don't think we have.
It's looking fun. Scotty Young and Jorge Corona is a good pairing.
I'm about to say it's Scotty Young. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
All right, so DC, what is your problem I want to complain about? Stop hiring Jeff Loeb. Stop it. He already, Hush 2 was insanely dragged out. Everybody ignored it. What do you mean you got Jeff Loeb doing a Batman and Wonder Woman series that takes place in the aftermath of Hush? Give it up. Marvel's obsessed with Age of Apocalypse. DC's obsessed with Hush. Give it up. No one cares anymore. People just keep buying it because you get good artists to do covers. Stop making it. It's stupid. All right.
Doesn't have Jeff Loeb's a bad person.
Yeah, I don't like Jeff Loeb for many reasons. Absolute Batman looking great. All right, Absolute Superman. Okay, Jason Aaron, did you want to write a Superman comic? Because why do you not want to write a Superman comic? Why is every villain of Absolute Superman somebody else's villain? First he was up against Ra's al Ghul, now he's up against
what?
Black Adam.
Wait, what? He was right. I totally ignore
The main
Superman
villain
'cause
of Absolute Superman's first major arc was Ra's al Ghul.
What? What?
Mhm.
What?
I've been fairly keeping up with the Absolute universe, because I found it to be a lot more interesting after the first arcs of everything. I don't like Absolute Superman. I don't like it at all. And the fact that they keep doing
I mean, rub me the wrong way.
non-Superman villains is just so frustrating, because I actually like the Superman. I just hate the story, and I hate that the villains are all just other people's villains.
That's a shame. I mean, like I already like from the premise. I always like you stay away because I dislike the premise. But like
I like this version of Clark. I really do.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame that there's a good Clark in there, but
there's a good Clark. I didn't need to see him being psychologically tortured for 6 issues.
Oh God.
By Ra's al Ghul. All right, Absolute Martian Manhunter is just stellar. I mean, I have no.
It's great. I need to catch up because it just stays camp going like let me write this mystery to the war, but mixed with like LCD,
yes,
and everything like that.
Absolute Wonder Woman still is the best book by far. Absolutely, like
aren't they introducing Absolute Zatanna?
Yes, and, Absolute Zatanna is the main character in this. They've been doing so many cool things. I love Absolute Wonder Woman. I highly recommend it. I like it more than Batman. I think I'm ready to go like Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Flash, Absolute Batman, Absolute Martian Manhunter, Absolute Green Lantern, then Absolute Superman. That's my ranking.
I heard Flash is good. I need to read. I heard good things about the Flash.
Flash started kind of weird, but like once it got going, I'm enjoying the fact that like they what they do is they'll take things that you're familiar with, like Flash. There's got to be a Flash citation, so I actually put something relevant up here. Sorry to just blow by Green Lantern. The book still hasn't hooked me. So Wally has a pet gorilla named Grodd. And he's a psychic monkey. It's great. And he's hanging out with the Rogues. And there's like a new version of Eobard Thawne. It's very cool. Like it's very much feels like just kind of like a really nice fresh like take on the Flash mythos. So I've been really enjoying it a whole lot. The only ones I'm caught up with are Wonder Woman, Batman, and Flash. The other 3 I've kind of lagged behind on. But Martian Manhunter's been on break anyways. But I recommend Flash.
I think I read some Absolute Batman because I heard good things about it. It's you just also I do enjoy the insanity of Batman fighting eldest horror versions of his Rogues Gallery.
It sounds weird to say, but like the moment that sold Absolute Batman for me was when he kicked that baby.
Out context sound out. Out context sound out.
From that moment onward, it's been fantastic. I was a little shaky on it when it first started, but there's this like evil baby that he just punts the baby like a football, and it's the funniest thing. And then it's like from there the book starts getting a little goofier at times, and I'm just like I'm on board now, especially the Catwoman storyline. So exciting! All right, Poison Ivy is still going. No wait, that's Batman.
I mean, speaking, I'm still sad that Absolute Poison Ivy is some eldritch like Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes, very much so. Batman number 8, which for some reason Alan Scott's here. I'm excited to see what that's about eventually. I haven't read anything past the first issue. Nightwing, Catwoman, usual Bat family. Hey, Cassandra's still going. Where's Cassie at? 18. She's at 18. Keep going,
I'm glad Cassie's still going.
We've got the Superman, the Superboy thing going on in the Superman books. We talked about that before. Hey, Mr. Terrific cover. Yeah, look at that.
It's your boy. It's
my boy. I wish Justice League Unlimited was an interesting comic book, but it's nothing. It's such a nothing book, which is crazy. Anyways, this is what I want to talk about as well. We're doing a Justice League one-shot called The Intergalactic Special, written by Jadzia Axelrod and Nicole Maines. And it's got Galaxy and Dreamer teaming up with Adam Strange, Green Arrow, and Star Sapphire. And I just want to say how funny it is Green Arrow's on this very cosmic space team. Like everybody's an alien or has space powers, and then Ollie's just here to balance things out.
I mean, isn't that all usually? He usually teams up with the weirdos to keep them in balance.
Basically. I'm gonna pick this up when it comes out in print because this looks really really fun. All right. Let's see. What's that comic? That's Detective Comics. Green Arrow and Black Canary are jumping over to Detective Comics because they don't have an ongoing, and I think it's a perfect use of Detective Comics is to do that. I don't care what's going on in Tom King's Wonder Woman. You can't pay me to care. Harley Quinn's doing stuff. Poison Ivy's on issue 43, guys. Poison Ivy is on issue 43.
So impressive.
I'm so impressed.
As you said, a lot of those are for the covers, right?
Yes, the covers are helping. But like, also Batman Superman World's Finest hit issue 50, which is exciting.
Well, it's really awesome that series is still going. Yeah, I thought that'd be like miniseries land, but that book just that good.
Yep.
Good.
Kevin Smith and Eric Carrasco are writing a Bizarro series called Bizarro Year None.
Oh, that's fun.
Green Lantern's still doing cool stuff. Kyle's in the focus again, which is neat. So Green Lantern's up to 34. Green Lantern Corps up to 15. Let's see. Is this Flash? Flash up to 32. Aquaman is up to 16. JSA is up to 18. New Titans is up to 34. I just wanted to point out, do you notice how few miniseries I mentioned?
I know.
Those are all
really
ongoings.
nice. Especially because you got to think, not DC, and much I do have a soft spot for it because it's my big interest in comics. A lot of miniseries.
Yeah.
DC.
DC's doing really good with the amount of ongoings right now, especially compared to Marvel. All right. Rick Weiss Swamp Thing. I want to talk about this. He had a canceled storyline. His run was cut short because the storyline where Swamp Thing meets Jesus was axed by the publisher.
Oh, I heard about this story. Yeah, we're talking.
It's finally coming out. They're finally doing it.
That's cool.
I think it's going to be.
Also, look how wholesome that cover is.
I like the whole. It was funny. He said, "Look how wholesome that cover is." When the stream just got to Swamp Thing with the crown of thorns. This is exciting because this is it's been like 30 years. It's going to finish it up. I believe the final paperback of Rick Veitch's Swamp Thing is going to be including these issues as well, and then they're also printing them in singles, which I think is great.
That's great.
Perfect.
Yeah, because me and my friends were watching the Ghost Rider movie. One of my friends were mentioning about the Ghost Rider, which it was like one of the Ghost Rider stories series that we're going to talk about like heaven and all that stuff, but like got canceled because you get mentioned the devil, but you cannot mention God because we don't want the Christians get angry at us. But like we were writing about the devil. What's the difference?
Exactly. Blader said that is awesome. Honestly, good or bad, the release is awesome. Exactly. Rick Veitch's one of those writers where it's like you don't know where he's gonna go, but I'm glad it's coming to conclusion here. Let's see. That is Vertigo stuff. I'm gonna skip past just for the sake of time. I wanted to wrap up on a couple things. First of all, if anyone's hasn't read Batman Static Beyond, it's fantastic. I love it.
Oh, that came out?
Yeah, we're on issue 5 in April. I would say wait for the trade. It is a miniseries, but
yeah,
it is so good. And it's not just a Static thing. Like, they included other Milestone characters. So
that's cool. That's great.
There's also this Batman Green Arrow Question Black Label book.
Question about this Batman Static. Does it have any specific continuity, or is it just
It doesn't seem to have any specific continuity. It kind of just seems to nebulously take place as an intersection of both. Also, Supergirl's getting the world treatment, which is going to be creators from around the world doing stories of Supergirl, which is really
that's
awesome.
Cool. That's good movie synergy right there.
Good synergy. Gozi Ukazu did a Big Barda young adult graphic novel, and they're doing an Orion one now. So I'm glad to see that's continuing.
Love the art style.
I'm glad someone didn't make Orion ugly. That poor guy.
Yeah.
There's also a Lex Luthor Diabolical Genius kids graphic novel. This is funny. Superman Good Guy Gang follow the leader, and it's literally just the Superman movie lineup.
It's the Justice Gang.
Yeah. Here's our normal trades. I'm just going to skip past our normal trades. I wanted to talk about one book that got announced in the solicitation we didn't know about. Absolute Gotham by Gaslight. Guys, I have no DC Absolute editions right now, but if plans go according to plan, I'm going to have 5 before the end of the year.
What's on the list right now? Right
Absolute
now.
Batman White Knight, Absolute Crisis on Infinite Earths, the new edition with the new coloring, Absolute Wonder Woman Historia, Absolute The Demon by Jack Kirby, and now Absolute Batman by Gotham by Gaslight. DC. There was no other Absolute editions that I was like, I should really get that. Like, I never felt like I had the need for Absolute editions. And then DC's like, what if we do this, 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 and this? And I'm like, damn, this comes out in October. You still got a November and December. I'm worried there's going to be a 6th one this year.
The sneak attack. Give me that Jason Momoa with Henry Cavill meme.
Yeah, it'll be like that. They're just gonna throw like I don't know, Far Sector at me. It does.
How many copies of Far Sector would that be if that happens?
Let's see. I got compact. I got trade. I've got deluxe edition. So that'd be the 4th one. Be the 4th one. Does this mean DC is gaslighting you? Yes, it does, because they're getting me to buy 5 absolutes when I have 0 currently. Yeah, it also does include Batman Master of the Future, which was the sequel by Brian Augustine. So that's exciting.
Batman and the Masters of the Future.
So I'm very excited about that. Oh, for those that do compact comics, Superman Red Sun, Batman Under the Red Hood, Gotham Central. Those are all coming out, I believe, in May and June.
There's also a box set. I've heard there's going to be a compact box set.
I was going to get to that. The second Peter David Supergirl Finest is in May. Robin's Finest is in June. Sergeant Rock Finest in May. Team Up Finest in June. Batman Superman World's Finest, the Mark Waid series, is getting deluxe editions and not omnibus, which I think is weird. I'm just going to keep waiting for an Omni. It's going to happen. Batman New 52 Omnibus, Legends Omnibus, Camelot 3000 Omnibus.
Wait, question with the deluxe edition. How many issues is in the deluxe edition?
11.
11. Okay, so
I'm gonna wait for the Omni. They're doing it's like the old deluxe hardcovers where it's like 2 trades.
But that's 2 trades.
Yeah.
So that's I mean, like, I'm pretty like, do I want to wait for the Omni or not? That one, because that does sound cool.
Yeah.
And such.
Dark Crisis Omnibus.
I think I might get the ducks that go. That's the fact that the series is still going. I don't know when it will end. So,
yeah, the problem I have with it is we're starting deluxe editions now, and the series is hitting 50, and here's the first 11.
Yeah,
it feels like they maybe should have been a little thicker. Maybe the first 25. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just like Bronze Age Volume 1's coming back. That was my first ever omnibus, and I love that book, so high recommendation. Milestone Compendium 5. This is something I want to talk about. They updated the solicit from when we first heard about this. So naturally it has the rest of Blood Syndicate, Hardware, Icon, Static. It also has Heroes and Milestone Forever. But they added stuff since the last time we talked about it. They have Static Shock Rebirth of the Cool, which was his miniseries that came out after the cartoon happened. There's also Static Shock Special number 1, which has the tribute to Dwayne McDuffie when he died, where he meets Rocket and Static in the comic shop, and it makes me cry every time I see it. They also didn't lose the White Wolf miniseries for Wise Son, but this is the interesting part. It has bonus content from 9/11, the world's finest comic book writers and artists tell stories to remember number 2, which was post 9/11. There was comics that were done for charity benefits, and there was some Milestone creators that did Milestone stories in that. That's being included. Plus, the Superman and Batman magazine issue 7, which actually contained the origins of the Milestone characters in a DCAU art style. That's also being included. And this is something...
Is that Ty Templeton drawn thing?
I believe so. I believe it is. This is the part that goes crazy for me, because I didn't even know this was a thing. For the first time ever, an exclusive look at the never-before-published Zombie Hanukkah special by John Rosman and Guy Davis. There was a Zombie Hanukkah special planned?
That sounds amazing.
I can't wait to see that, because, like, I never even knew that was a thing to even be put onto the list for this book. So this is everything. The only things it's missing, I think, is, like, some other Milestone appearances throughout the DC universe that were just scattered and I don't think would translate well into this, like Static being on the Titans. But this is everything for the original Milestone. Like, they even got down to stuff that was never published before and stuff from, like, other side material. So I'm super happy about this. Yeah, very exciting. Okay, Supergirl's New 52 Omnibus Volume 2, Supergirl Silver Age reprints, Superman Adventures Compendium 2, Superman Brainiac Reborn Omnibus I'm very excited about because that fills the gap between Exile and Triangle Years 1. Swamp Thing by Rom V is getting an omnibus. That's actually a really good run. I enjoyed that one. And then there is a compact edition box set, which contains 6 books. It's not in the solicit for some reason, but it's
it's a
$50
good
for
and
6 of them.
you're getting one for free
Yeah.
practically. That's a damn good
That's
deal.
how I
Hold
like
on,
to
let
call
me
it.
go get.
You're getting Hush for free. I don't remember. I think Hush is in it. I don't remember.
I'll go grab. We have also Superman, Long
Yes.
Halloween, Dark Knight Returns, The New Frontier, Kingdom Come, and Watchmen.
That's a
That's
really
a damn
solid
good.
lineup.
That's like the only thing I'm gonna get double. The only thing I'll double up if I get this is All Star Superman, which I could easily just pawn off to my nieces or nephews.
And that's going to
pretty
come out for
easily.
Christmas because I think it comes out in November. So,
Yeah, that's perfect. That's a perfect. Yeah, that's actually might double dip and buy it for my family.
that's the
then.
thing. That's the thing you surprise somebody at Christmas with. You know they want to get into comics, and you just be like, "Here," and you just give them that.
That's I mean that's a killer box set right there. That's like
Mm.
New Frontier, Kingdom Come, All Superman. Those are great, great stuff there.
All right, let's move on to the entertainment news that'll take up the bulk of the rest of the show. Starting with the Oscar nominations, because I'm kind of pissed about some of these. And I did my own award show and I wanted to compare notes. So let's go through the Oscar nominations. I'm going to go through the categories that I talked about mostly, but let's kind of just touch base. Best Picture is kind of the movies you'd expect. Bulgonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, Train Dreams. That's a pretty standard lineup. All right.
Well, I would say so we got another case of Sinner Sweep.
Sinners got 16 nominations. Now, please, Academy, do not do what you did to The Color Purple when it got nominated 11 times and got 0 awards. I want Sinners to sweep in awards as well. I do not want this to be another case of The Color Purple where they got all the nominations but none of the awards.
Yeah,
Also, if Sinners only gets 1 award and it goes to Ludwig Göransson, that would also be an exact crime because I don't want a Barbie situation where the only people that won for Barbie were men. So let's not do that again. All right. Let's get back to the categories at least. So Best Actor, they have Timothée Chalamet, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ethan Hawke, Michael B. Jordan, and Wagner Moura. That's a pretty standard lineup, but I'm very happy to see Michael B. Jordan get in there. Who is probably going to win? Probably Timothée Chalamet. I haven't seen Marty Supreme because I don't care about ping pong, but I've heard nothing but praise for that performance. So he's probably going to get it. And everything I've seen Timothée Chalamet in, he does deserve it. He's got the skill for it. Best Actress, Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, Rose Byrne. Oh, by the way, every time I see Rose Byrne, I just can't stop thinking about this moment in Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Season 2 where Leatherhead is just like, but what about my zebra? And so I apologize to Rose Byrne. I was watching a Criterion Clause episode, and anytime you mention an animal, I'm like, why are you not mentioning a zebra? So, there's that. Kate Hudson for Song Sung Blue was a nice surprise. Because I thought she was great in that. Renee Redensby for Sentimental Value and Emma Stone for Begonia. It's kind of the category I expected. Not too surprised. Best Supporting Actor: Benicio del Toro, Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein.
I'm not sure.
That's
I'm not sure I agree with Jacob being supporting actor. Honestly,
he is because he's credited second.
Okay, because
Yeah.
because
He was
the
a
creature
lead.
was. He was a lead. I always I kind of view Vegas as a
Yeah.
dual lead with him and Oscar Isaac and such like that.
My favorite nomination here is Delroy Lindo for Sinners, and please give him a. I mean, it's going to go to Stellan Skarsgård because Stellan Skarsgård's just getting up to that age where they're like, we better give him the award while he's alive. But like, Delroy Lindo was so good in Sinners as Slim.
Is Stellan Skarsgård related to Bill Skarsgård?
Bill, Alexander, and that third one that's not as famous are his sons.
Okay.
Yeah. Also Sean Penn's up for that. I think Stellan's probably going to get it just because of it's a career award at this point. He's done so much. He gave Hollywood 2 successful actor sons and 1 other one. I don't mean to shade that other guy. I just can't remember his name. All right. Best Supporting: Elle Fanning, Inga Ebsutter, Linnaeus, Amy Madigan, Wunmi Masaku, and Tiana Taylor. I only have seen Sinners, but I really want Wunmi Masaku to get it because
I recommend
so
Weapons.
good.
Weapons are really good. I recommend Weapons.
I mean,
Weapons is a
I
really
will
good horror
circle back
movie.
around to that when I get HBO Max again for Lanterns because I've heard
That's
good
the
things.
Weapons is really good.
Yeah.
It's not a normal. It's kind of like Sentence where it's horror, but it's a lot more about like character and emotional values and all of that. It's really good. I recommend that one.
All right, Best Director: Paul Thomas Anderson's probably going to get it. Chloe Zhao, Josh Shafty, and Joaquin Trainer all did a good job. I would give it to Ryan Coogler because I already did.
God.
Like that's my thing. I've already technically given him an award.
Yeah, me and my friends were watching Ghost Rider, and then, like we're talking about Blade. How is it so hard to make a Blade movie? And it's like we joke like, huh? It's not like there was a movie starring black actors about vampires that came out last year that did super well in this 16 Oscar nominations. Marvel.
Exactly. Original screenplay: Blue Moon. It was just an accident. Mari Spring, Cinema Valley. Sinners. Sinners, please. Adapted screenplay: Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, Train Dreams. Probably gonna be One Battle After Another. Animated feature. Everybody was mad the anime didn't get on here, and I was like, you thought the Academy was gonna nominate anime?
Yeah, let's say, look,
take the Golden Globes noms. Take the whatever other award shows. Be glad we made progress there.
How long ago was Spirited Away? That was like how long ago was Spirited Away?
I think Boy and the Heron got it. If it's not Ghibli and it's anime, they're just not going to nominate it. It just never happens.
And I love Demon Slayer and Chainsaw, but those are shonen movies.
Yeah,
shonen movies. They're never gonna get.
We're not there yet. Look, there's progress being made. A horror movie got 16 Oscar nominations, so like there's potential. It's just not there. No, Neja is also just not going to get on there because a bunch of people in Hollywood are upset that it made more money than everything.
God, Elio
Elio getting on here is ridiculous. That should be Bad Guys 2. This should be Bad Guys 2.
Yep.
Not Elio.
Honestly, so you think it's gonna be K-pop or Zootopia? What do you think?
It's going to be a toss-up. I actually don't know which way they're going to go. It's going to be one or the other. None of these others have a chance, but it's going to be K-pop or Zootopia.
I can't believe like I don't even dislike that movie, but like it's just like that movie.
It's not. There's other better movies like Bad Guys 2.
If that maybe it's one of those, maybe it was like the original version of Elio before it got neutered to death, maybe, but not the final version we got.
I'm gonna skip documentary and international because I don't cover those. I also didn't do editing because I don't want to talk about my peers that way. Cinematography: Frankenstein, Mari Spring, Moonbound, and Sinners. I'd give it to Sinners or Frankenstein. That's mine. Score. I think that I liked Frankenstein's score, but I also don't think it should be on here. I think there's other better scores. One of my best score ones was Demon Slayer, right? Because I love the music in that. But we'll see. I don't ever predict what the Academy's going to do with music categories because they don't understand music. Casting. This is a new category. I would say Sinners again because Francine Maisler pulling that cast together. That is like one of the most solid casts of all time. That should be it there. All right, now to bitch a little bit. Wicked for Good got 0 nominations, and that felt like a targeted attack.
Is there costume design in this? Is there a costume design category? Why is it not? Why is it not on there? Because
exactly.
The costumes in Wicked for Good so good, man.
We're in the craft awards. All right, I get, fine. You didn't nominate the 2 leads for acting awards, even though they deserved them, right? I gave them my awards. We've done that. But here's the thing: production design. Why is Wicked not even nominated? Why is Marty Supreme nominated? Again, no shade to that movie, but that's kind of like a realistic drama piece, not like needs a production design. Costume design. Last year at the Oscars, Paul Tazwell took home the Oscar for Wicked's costume design. Why is he not nominated again? What was in Wicked for Good that wasn't as good as winning last year? Did he need to win again? No, but he won last year. Why is he not even on here? And why does Avatar Fire and Ash have a costume design nomination? Everybody wears loincloths.
Also, looking at Marty Supreme, everybody looks from the pictures I've seen, they all just wear like normal garbs,
yes,
like normal everyday street clothes. Why is that here?
I'm more offended by the Avatar Fire and Ash one because first of all, 90% of the costumes are digital. Second of all, everybody's wearing loincloths in every single trailer I see. What costume design? Visual effects, Avatar, F1, Jurassic World Rebirth. Jurassic World Rebirth shouldn't be here. It should be Fantastic Four.
I said Jurassic Park be on there.
Jurassic World Rebirth being on here. Wicked should have been on here instead. Sound, F1, Frankenstein, One About Another, Sinners, Surratt, sure, whatever. Hair, makeup and hairstyling. Again, why is Smashing Machine here and not Wicked for Good? Original song. Why is not at least one of the Wicked for Good songs here? Also, this is going to Golden. We know it's going to Golden. There's not even any point in this category.
The fact that Alpha's
also shout out Diane Warren. It's her 17th Oscar nomination, and she's going to lose again.
But like the fact that is it No Good Deed for me was
No Good Deed is not an original song, so it can't be nominated because that wasn't the Broadway play. But No Place Like Home, where she sings it in the forest.
Oh, that was a good song.
And then Girl in the Bubble, which is Glinda's song in her apartment.
I love that. Oh man, the fact that that was such a good song.
Girl in the Bubble, I think, is the better of the two songs, and that should have at least been nominated.
I know, like that's such a good song. God, that was such a great character piece for Glinda there. God.
I'm not gonna do the shorts because I don't cover that. Anyways, what I'm gonna say is I think this is decent overall. Sinners better actually win some damn awards. I don't want to see it just cleaning up in craft categories only, and getting all these nominations and getting nothing would be a complete disaster.
Okay, I know you mean like craft by like they made this up, but
craft awards is production design, costumes, hair, makeups, music.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. But like no, the answer is you get the craft award for having good craft. Craft table.
Like Angela Bassett getting her honorary Oscar, and she's like, they say it's an honor to be nominated. It's nice to get an honorary Oscar. You know what's also nice to get? An actual Oscar.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Jay Delaby, for saying the Superior Soundout Awards, because I do feel like I am a little bit more fair in this. But I will say this is decent outside the fact that Wicked for Good getting completely snubbed felt like an industry decision, and I hate that. So, there we go. All right. Let's talk about industry decisions that we hate, because I think that's a good transition point into our next news topic, which is an ongoing situation. We thought we killed it, but nope. It came back again like the worst horror movie monsters. It's back again, even though we had already done this before. So let's get to it.
How many times have I had to teach you this lesson, old man?
So Amazon Prime's AI dubs are coming back.
Even though, like, I thought
everybody hated them,
and they got in trouble from the parent companies for it.
Sounds to me like they just
meme comes to mind. Everybody hated that.
Yes, I think they probably called up the parent companies and said, how much money do we give you to do AI dubs? Because they seem stuck on this. So, as Damon Mills pointed out, they're doing this again. And then, almost immediately, they now delisted their position for the AI dubbing creative director. So, are they backpedaling? Probably not. Keep the pressure on. Don't let them slide on this, because they clearly didn't learn their lesson.
Listen to Frieza, people. Bully them.
Exactly.
Bully the monkeys.
You never want to bully people because you don't know what they're going through, but evil corporations bully every single day. Corporations don't have souls. That means they don't have feelings. Don't worry about hurting the feelings of a corporation. They can take it. It's their job to take it. You're their customer. Backlash the hell out of them. All right. Backlash the hell out of the corporations for context before anyone pulls that out on me. All right. Let's go to talking about an Amazon Prime show, because I don't have any kind of way to transition sometimes, so we're just going to keep rolling with it. Here's something that's not made by AI, it just happens to be on the same platform. Invincible Season 4 got its first official trailer, and it is more Invincible, which, of course, I love. I love the original comic. I am enjoying the show being a second draft on said comic.
I need to catch up.
I like seeing Tech Jacket there. I like seeing Tech Jacket in the thumbnail.
I need to catch up. I only see season 1. It's been one of those. It's on the do list.
Season 2 took forever to come out, and I feel like the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's I think that probably took so long, and like I'm glad that now they're getting the production in order. The fact that like they're releasing every year, it's kind of nice honestly to see a severe show released yearly again. But it's like I need to find the time to watch it.
Also, because the episodes are like 45 minutes apiece.
Yeah, that too. Because it's good. I heard good things about it, and here
Season 3's animation was bugging the crap out of me because I could feel during the conversation scenes the budget draining away because they were paying J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, no,
But then
it's
they
kind of
built up. They did the shonen thing where like they built it all up for the final battle episode, and then just pumped all the money into that for the animation, and it looked gorgeous. This looks a little bit more balanced. I don't know if they got the furry porn animators back, but I hope they did because they were really good at their job.
No, exactly. They're great.
they're good animated.
Every time they do a promo, everyone's like, "Why can't the show look like this all the time?"
I know. I know. But it's I was gonna say Vice is my favorite gag forever from the clips I've seen. Is that when Mark was interviewing one of the comic creators? It's like in animation, we go far away, so we don't have us talking. Something we have our hands, something covering our mouths. So,
that was an adaptation of a comic, a gag in the comic where he's like, "Do you sometimes just reuse art panels to save time?" And then the panels are just like blank, blank, blank. Yes, and it's just repeated the same panel 4 times on the page.
It's one of those great adaptation. It's one of those great adaptation jokes.
It's like the classic Scott Pilgrim joke in the black and white version where Scott tells to Ramona, "Did you change your hair color?" No, I don't know, maybe. And then it's the same thing in the color edition. It's like in the gag. This was funnier in black and white. This was funnier in black and white. Anyways, I'm excited. Also, more Battle Beast is good. I love Battle Beast.
Every time he hears me, I just keep thinking it's like the old
Transformers
yeah, Battle Beast.
Knowing Kirkman, he probably did that on purpose.
Well, he's got to include them in the universe eventually.
He will eventually when he get the trademark for it, or he's just going to throw his Battle Beast into the Energon universe.
Yeah,
oh my god! Battle Beast's quest to die will happen because he goes and gets killed by Megatron. All right, let's do it. It's like, I need to find a fight that actually hurts me, Megatron. How about a fusion cannon? Anyways, good stuff. Super Mario Galaxy, the movie trailer, which, by the way, Nintendo, you do not need to do an entire Nintendo Direct for a trailer.
He did, because I thought it would be like, oh, it's like the first one where you guys showcase more clips or the characters or the actor. Nope. It was just the trailer. And it's Yoshi. We knew he was going to be in the film because the post-credit scene and such like that.
But you know what? My biggest fear about the movie was erased away when Yoshi opened his mouth and he didn't sound like Josh Gad.
Yep, I'm glad.
I was so worried he'd be the second coming of Olaf, which I love Olaf as Olaf, but I didn't want Yoshi to be Olaf. I was just like, thank you. It's just Yoshi. No spin, just Yoshi. And then they also talked about recording the soundtrack with a 70-piece orchestra, and I'm like, cool, I better not hear a single damn pop song.
Yeah, I would say like I really hope. I would say I hope the film's like nicely balanced because like they're introducing like 3 big characters: Yoshi, Bowser Jr., and Rosalina. Hopefully they find a way to like make them balance alongside the main cast scenario.
I will say this much: unlike Sonic, I don't have any faith they're going to balance it well, and I'm just going to enjoy the ride. As long as I don't get pop songs, as long as Yoshi don't speak a damn word, I'm going to be fine.
Yeah, look, I'm here for Brie Larson's Rosalina mostly, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm not really like I'm not going to go in this going. This is going to be an incredible movie. I know what to expect now. I know what to expect.
All right, do you want to get fanboy now with your red boy?
Can I fanboy? Am I allowed to fanboy on my show? Oh wait, it's my show. I can do whatever I want. Guys, this is like the coolest Star Wars show ever made. Oh my god! All right, so I'm very excited about this. We finally got our full trailer for Maul Shadow Lord, which takes place after Clone Wars, before Rebels. And if you haven't watched those 2 shows, do it.
It's a midquel. It's a midquel, right?
It's a midquel.
In between, yeah. Go! I actually now I'm just looking at the show now about the animation because I know the animation company sadly through the Clone Wars and such closed down, but like this new animation company, damn, it looks good.
They talked about how the animation style has been tweaked to basically they wanted to emulate the experience of looking through stained glass windows. And I don't know who came up with that galaxy-brained idea, but it makes the show look incredible. I also do like that they did this entire write-up about what the show was about, instead of leaving it all vague and mysterious. So we actually have screenshots to talk about. First of all, there's Sam Witwer and his incredible jawline, who is the best person to play this character. He's so damn good at this. So a couple things from the trailer. First of all, it's coming out April 6th. They're going to be airing 2 episodes a week, so that the finale airs May 4th, which is great.
Nice.
That's our May the 4th thing. It's going to be 10 episodes. They've got in here, They've got Sam Witwer's going to be Maul. Gideon Aldon is Devin Azara. Recent Golden Globe winner and Oscar nominee Wagner Moura as Brander Lawson. He just got his Oscar nomination like 2 days before this trailer came out, and he just got his Golden Globe like a week ago. Insanely good timing to put a name on a project. Richard Oyode is Two Boots, and
Wheels.
And those last two characters will also be in the prequel comics that's coming out as well. So they've completely redone the art style. They've got a lot going on. They said it's a super fast paced series.
I do love how more brutal it is compared to every other Star Wars media. Like there's a shot where you see stormtroopers just cut in half.
Yes,
like a small saber.
This environment shot here is just gorgeous. It looks like a melted.
It reminds me of Cyberpunk, Blade Runner,
yes.
the Blade Runner sequel, specifically.
And on top of that, it looks like melted watercolor, which I think just looks so cool. We also got, it's funny, Darth Maul breaks the hologram rule. Holograms aren't blue because holograms are always blue except when it's Darth Maul. You can see that splash of red in there.
Yep.
But we got that going on. But yeah, the action, there's a hallway fight in this show apparently, which we kind of see in the trailer. Like Maul is like
remember the Rogue One Darth Vader scene, but let's take that to the max.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah, no, it's just like you look at Maul here compared to how he looked in Clone Wars. Even you can just see how the art style is different, and I think that's so cool. I think it's awesome, and then he's also going to be. We got a new character here, which is Devin, and she is a Jedi on the run that he helps out, and she kind of looks like she might be becoming Darth Talon. There's a through line here that I feel like is happening. That's looking really, really neat. But it's great. And Sam Witwer's been talking about how this show is like, Maul to the Empire. He's like looking at the Empire rose, and he's like, "Oh, finally got what I wanted." And he's like, "Wow, this sucks. I don't like this." And and Sam Witwer said it's like the Joker waking up and finding out Batman's dead and not knowing what to do.
Oh, that's a good. I like that analogy.
It was like the best analogy that he said on social media too. It's like, literally, Maul's just like, was I on the wrong side? That can't. Yeah, okay, I was on the wrong side.
Yep.
I think he's on the wrong.
I think he's on the wrong side. He's like, I didn't know Palpatine wanted like this dictatorial nightmare. I thought he just wanted to like build cool Sith pyramids.
No, it's the Huck line. Like, it's the Huck thing.
I think the show's gonna put into perspective that whole part where Maul on his deathbed is like, "Oh God, is this child the real chosen one?" Like, I think this is supposed to put into that perspective.
Yeah, I definitely think so. And he's on a revenge plot against Palpatine as well as part of this, which would explain how he gets involved with Crimson Dawn and all the stuff with Kira. So I'm so excited, guys. This feels like everything I bitch about Star Wars. They're finally giving me something here. They're finally giving me cake.
But they're not giving it to you. They're giving it to me because it's my birthday, not yours.
I know it's on your birthday, but I get to enjoy it as well. It's like a true celebration.
You better watch it with me, or I'm gonna kill you.
Okay, well, you better actually be awake when I want to watch it.
Well, you better be around when I want to watch it. That's the answer.
Cool. We'll put it in the schedule. Anyways, this looks incredible, and I can't wait. I don't know what else to say besides just like glazing it more. It does genuinely look good, though. I think the art style is killer. So, yeah. You guys got any final thoughts?
That looks great. It's just essentially knowing the Adventure Company that made Clone Wars work on like the CG Masters and first seeing Earthspark and seeing how downgrade Earthspark seeing 2 onward is like, it's nice to see good 3D animation again in these TV shows again.
It really is. Oh, that's another thing. They're throwing the Inquisitors into this. The one that Ahsoka killed without even drawing lightsabers is in this. And the one that Ahsoka killed in like 2 seconds in the Ahsoka show, and then he released like a weird Force Ghost thing is in this. So maybe we'll find out who he used to be. So, yay, Inquisitors! It really is giving me everything I like in Star Wars. I'm getting everything in this. It's pretty awesome.
That's the only thing missing. I think the only missing is like characters like Poe Dameron and Kit Fisto.
Yeah, and like a Lando appearance. throw in a Padme flashback, and I'll be completely satisfied. All right, we got some more trailers though. There's a lot of trailers today. There was just a ton of trailers last week. I don't know. Everybody woke up and was like, "We need to put trailers out." And I'm like, "All right." You know, usually we get a ton of trailers when there's a big movie in theaters or something, but this time it was just like put trailers out. All right, Masters of the Universe. Got thoughts? You guys got thoughts? I got feelings even.
Yes. Yeah.
I got
I would
I
say
got a few thoughts.
Yeah.
the teaser trailer is horrible. It gave me bad first impressions with that
Oh,
teaser
what
trailer.
was it? The trailer for the trailer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hated that because
I
it
didn't
gave me
even
the
watch
biggest.
that because I was
It gave
like,
me
"What's the point?"
It
Yeah.
gave me because like they were so focusing on remember the '80s, guys. Remember the '80s,
Oh
and I
God.
got so scared that I'm like, oh no, is this gonna be a wink and nod?
Mhm.
Isn't Masters such an '80s thing? But no, thank God the trailer actually came out. It wasn't that. It's like, whew, thank God,
I
thank
also
God.
appreciate the fact this is a trailer that actually explained what the story of the movie was.
I was saying like this first trailer is actually a really damn good trailer. It's like it's surprising that this is the first trailer we got because usually like a trailer like this would come like later or something
Yeah.
like that and such.
I went and watched the movie this past week, and I got to see it on a movie screen, and I thought it looked really good on the movie screen. Like, blown up on a movie screen, I thought it was really nice.
Mhm.
Travis Knight is directing, who did Bumblebee, and
Yeah,
and
I think
is
yeah.
using his dad's money to fund Leica. Yeah, I think it's a good sign, honestly.
I think that's what gave me confidence this week. 'Cause I see a lot of Knights, like Knights influence this movie. Because one thing I'm really glad about this trailer is the fact that it's taking Master straight. Because I was really worried they're gonna just do the it's the filmation cartoon but live action
I
or
also
something
just
like that.
realized I have the wrong
See, yeah, that's
trailer.
the
That's
teaser.
the
Yeah,
teaser
that's
for
the
the
teaser
trailer, not the actual trailer.
trailer.
Sorry, I'll go find the actual
Yeah,
article.
because like that's the thing about Masters is
Oh
like
God, I
I know
forgot a
the
That's what I
trailer.
got from the I, that's what
Sorry.
you know what's funny, Ryan? I got that feeling from half of the trailer watching it, and like the other half was like, oh, this sounds actually like it's gonna be a good movie, but the other half was, look, filmation.
Like maybe the Earth stuff, maybe, but like when we get to Eternia, is when I feel like I'm glad to take his shit because that thing about Masters is like, I know the Filmation cartoon is the most famous thing, and when people see that, it's like, haha,
And I
funny,
hate it.
funny shirtless man with funny skeleton. But you actually, what I like about Masters is like, you can completely take it fully straight. It's honestly just a really cool, just sword and sorcery with tech stuff,
Yeah,
and like when it's you look at some of those old Mattel like for Shredder, like they're gorgeous. I mean, seeing some people post about those on Blue Sky, and like I forgot how so gorgeous some of the concept art for Masters is. There's a really beautiful art and such
All
like
the
that.
original Masters like concept art and packing comics are always like the parts that I love. And whenever I see He-Man fans go, the show was way better, I'm like, are you stupid?
Like when the Filmation cartoon's good, it's good, but most of the time it's silly '80s
it's
cartoon.
like
Like, cause
throwing a dart for quality.
yeah, because that's the thing about the Filmation cartoon. It's charming, but it's a early '80s early '80s limited budget show.
Hmm.
Like that's it. You know about Filmation? They're a animation company that really does care, and the only reason the Filmation Master Series is the way it is because of just it came out during the early '80s, and because early '80s, and it didn't have much money to make it, and such like that.
So my take
So
on this movie, from the trailer, I really hope it's good because it looks good, and I'm actually really excited
yeah,
about it.
I know, right?
I'm actually really looking forward to this. My thing I'm looking at this, I'm going to ignore the Jared Leto in the room, by the way, because the trailer does smartly. Someone finally
Yeah.
learned they don't mention Jared Leto at all in this, and I'm like, cool,
And,
keep this up, and the general public will never know. Just keep it under wraps. Just keep his name in small print, and the world will never know. Your movie can actually be successful.
yeah, because I really do. Because I really do want this film to do well. Because one, I don't want Masters to disappear into the void.
Yes.
And two, because again, there is like legitimate, unlike like say Ares, where I have a lot of problems with the film outside Jared Leto. This film like definitely looks like again, it looks fun. It honestly just kind of like my only like legitimate complaint is
It's
I
just
wish they had better
but
colors, better color.
yeah, no, there was stuff with the colors that really threw me off. I was telling Soundout too. One of the things that I noticed was that the movie, even though I was watching it in 720, because of how the CG and certain colors are used, with slow-mo, and then Soundout also explaining Unreal Engine.
Yeah,
It
a lot of
gave the
VFX. By the way,
AI what
VFX
makes
uses
me
Unreal
love.
Engine a lot. A lot of VFX
Mhm.
companies use Unreal Engine, which is why things look weird because it's not
Yeah.
designed for movies.
Yeah, I really hope.
Yeah,
I
'cause
really
I
hope
was
for the
sitting
final
there, and I
film.
said the Soundout. I said the Soundout. I was getting like this really queasiness when watching the last like 10 seconds of the trailer, like where like he's fighting Skeletor. I was like, man, why does Skeletor look like he's an AI, like like prosthetic or something?
And
And
it's because
Soundout
it's
was
because of
like,
the
it's
Unreal
Unreal
Engine.
Engine.
Yeah. The Unreal
Yeah,
Engine
I
gives it
really
the
hope.
Uncanny Valley look. I think it'll probably be tweaked up. We still got, what, 5 months to
Yeah, because
release.
I think like we're like Superman, like we're like didn't Superman get like a big color correction
Yes.
when the film got covered versus trailers?
Because you look
I
at
hope
a
that's
shot
the
like
case.
this, like that looks like freaking a He-Man movie right there. Like no joke He-Man movie, right? Like not He-Man movie with an asterisk. Here is He-Man with his sword. There is Skeletor with his staff. The ending
Hey,
of this
gosh,
trailer
Skeletor.
looks so good.
No, like Skeletor. Oh man, Skeletor again. Like it's such a shame there's stilettos playing him because
Yeah.
Skeletor looks so good. Like it's
Also,
like the
Here's my
perfect
question.
top
translation.
tier
Here's
joke.
my legit
I
question.
gotta tell you,
Here's my legit.
can I say the top tier joke of the trailer though?
Yeah.
Is it the pronoun? Is it
It's
the
the
pronouns?
pronoun sign. The having like Adam and then he him is so funny because He-Man as a character is literally pronoun man, and they just
Yeah.
adapted it to like a real world setting, and I love it because it's like really well thought out.
People complain about that.
People
Like
are
you missed
complaining
the
about
joke.
like his name isn't He-Man.
Yep.
Anyways, what was your thing, Wheels, about
Is
stuff?
Jared actually in that suit? Because it feels like they're
No
just gonna
idea.
have him do the ADR.
We don't know. Like
We
here's the
don't know.
thing. I expect us to get a Keldor flashback where we see his face because of course he's got. There's no matter what. He's
Even
got
in
to show his face
Haunted
somewhere.
Mansion, we still got his face on the portrait of the Hatbox Ghost when he was a human. Like,
Yeah, so we're getting a Keldor flashback. We're getting a Keldor flashback for him and such.
I will say though, the thing with Jared Leto is that I can't tell if it's him in the suit or not because Jared Leto does have the physicality to be in the costume. But he could not be, and it's just an ADR part, like Hatbox Ghost. And when he played Hatbox
Honestly, I
Ghost,
don't
you
think
couldn't
Jared
tell it
Leto
was
is
Jared
that
Leto.
tall.
His voice was indistinguishable from his normal tone, so whatever.
I'd say are they going like full Alan Oppenheimer, yeah, or are they gonna go like Brian Thompson where he has that tone but like more menacing?
I think he's gonna be more
I'm more hope.
menacing. With the way he's presented in the
Yeah,
trailer, I think he's gonna be more menacing.
yeah. But yeah, like
I just find
I've
it
seen
funny
like
how
Mm,
Man is literally just Thor's daughter in the next Avengers.
yeah. I'm
yeah.
not sure how I feel about the of Adam being sent to Earth still, but like
The
it's not.
whole Earth thing and the Eternia thing and Adam being Adam for a chunk of it, I don't have a problem with any of that, depending on how it's paced, right? If
Yeah,
we spend
I
a
think it's gonna
huge
be.
chunk on Earth, it's gonna kill this movie. If He-Man doesn't transform until the final battle, it's gonna kill the movie. We need to have like the first like act is like getting back to Eternia. The second act is on Eternia learning how to use the sword. Into second act, he gets the sword, gets his ass kicked, then he comes back for the heroic final battle. We're good. The movie's gonna be great.
Yeah,
It's
I
that
mean,
pacing of the
because
elements that's gonna be the tricky part.
yeah, because there is a shot where we see Beastman Earth, so there's gotta be some kind of Earth invasion, so like them looking for the power sword, and E-Man probably, or Adam
Yeah,
specifically. So yeah, hopefully it's not too long. Also, I do like they use the Vicor concept art as the statue with holding the power sword.
I
I
thought that
like
was
that.
fun. And those big gem toys in the background of the toy shop.
The alternate universe where Big Jim was a success.
Yeah. The only thing I'm, casting wise, I think it's good too. I've said it since we've gotten the casting.
I actually like the actor playing Adam. I really did. I think
Yeah.
he really does catch Adam very well.
And as a lot of there was somebody on Twitter that was like, it was funny. Someone on Twitter was like, he better not be wearing that pink shirt the entire movie. And someone was like, but that's literally what Prince Adam wears. And
And
they were
where?
like, no, I want him not to wear a shirt for the entire movie.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But no, it's funny because it's like there was when the teaser came out and we didn't see He-Man in the little like trailer tomorrow thing. Everybody's like, why is he not naked? And then the trailer comes out and it's like, okay, yeah, no, he's back in his bondage gear. We're doing good.
Yep.
It's
Like
got so much potential. I feel like this could really be great. I think
also see
pacing's the big
I
thing.
can't wait till they destroy the sword. I can't wait till they remove the Sword of Power and give us the real Sword of Power.
Ooh, that could be fun.
Also, I do love this. We
I just
have
want them to give us the 2000X sword as the Sword
yeah.
of Power because that looks so much more iconic than that weird bullshit. That like
Yep.
the original He-Man sword looks so much like gonna
Oh,
sound
it's like it's
sad.
a medieval. It's just a medieval sword with just some
Like
extra
that sword,
carvings.
that sword. When I see it, it always makes me think it's supposed to be a She-Ra toy, even though She-Ra doesn't come out for like another 3 years.
I mean, she does have
when
the
it
same
first
exact
comes.
sword design, just slimmer because girl.
Yeah,
And gem
it
in the
feels very
middle.
Yeah.
it feels like the original Sword of Power feels very feminine. I don't know why. It just doesn't give me like
It's
this
very, it's very
masculine.
than because it's very thin. That's
Mm.
why.
I was gonna add
It's,
is it's not really a broadsword type thing. It's very much like a
it's probably why they
like
made the
caliber.
10th X. It's probably why they made the 10th X in the CG series Power Sword super like a broadsword to
Yeah.
make it feel like it's like a power sword. Also,
I was gonna
do love
add Braden Birdwell mentioned that reportedly from test screenings they're on Earth for 15 minutes. I've heard that from several sources that the Earth stuff is just a small like establishing chunk of the movie.
Which if that's the case, if that's the case, then that's good.
Yeah.
Also, I do love in this trailer we got a quick second for just Fisto and Spikor alone.
Yes. I'm also curious how Kristen Wiig's Roboto is going to work out.
Yeah, Roboto's the only one I don't like the design fully because it just look. I mean,
I'm just wondering, are they going to make Kristen Wiig just do gags the whole time, or is she going to get to do some like normal acting? Because I like Kristen Wiig when she's not doing comedy, which sounds weird, but like she does a good job without not doing just comedy.
Yeah.
So, I definitely I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think it's one of those. It was like when the teaser trailer came out, I was super like, "Oh no" about it. But then the trailer came out, I watched it several times. I'm like, "No, wait, I think I'm looking forward to this. This looks like I think it just again it helps that like
Jay Delabeat
not...
said, "Hopefully the sword fight sequences are top notch. You need a good sword and sorcerer movie based on that last shot where he's fighting Skeletor. We should get some good action."
Yeah, no, I love that that shot.
Also
of the
based
fight,
on Bumblebee, which has the best action in any Transformers movie. Like, I think we're gonna get some good action.
I love those fights we see at the end of the trailer because they feel so sword and sand. I want my He-Man fight scenes to feel like a sword and sandals with magic.
Yes.
But with some magic involved, because I mean that's what Masters is, the sword and sandals with technology.
I saw somebody say someone get He-Man and 3D print his Roman skirt and give it to everybody on the Odyssey in reshoots. I was like, that's great. They are definitely going to reference what's going on. It's going to be on. It's either going to be his ringtone. It's going to be on a car radio. It's going to happen at some point in the movie.
It has. I hope it's that. I don't want like a full like gag at the end of the movie. I just want it just to be a small Easter egg and stuff like that. That's it.
Oh my god, that's the post-credit scene. Is just them recreating the video.
They may
as opposed because they did. It's like it's like the animated Addams Family movies where like the end credit scene is like recreating the old TV opening.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the most, like I don't want it to be like.
You say that now. I want to recreate the original opening in live action. Then now.
I just had a funny thought. You remember in Thor Ragnarok when he gets his powers back and they just start playing Immigrant Song and it's like super. What if that's just like a He-Man just like starts kicking ass? They get like some like crazy epic dramatic orchestral version of what's going on.
That'd be fun. Okay, I like that. If that's the case.
Yeah. Oh yeah. J-Pog said like the first steps post credit scene was the cartoon intro. Stuff like that, I think would be great. You know, it's got to work as a subtle reference, but I'm excited about this. I really am.
Yeah, I am looking forward to it. As a Masters fan, I am really looking forward to it and such. Like, I am. It went from a project I was looking not forward to like, okay, no, I think I can. I think I'm.
I think pacing's going to be key. I think pacing's going to make or break the movie. And I'm excited though. I'm very excited. Got any other thoughts on Masters of the Universe? I think we're good. I think we covered it.
Yep.
I think we covered it. Yep. All right.
We didn't see Bowcat. I was like, that's kind of we didn't see any.
Yeah, we just see
Bowcat.
We just see the cat.
we just see Cringer, and that's it. No,
it's probably because they're saving for like when he turns into He-Man, you'll give him the armor.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. This was the trailer I forgot to put in the notes. Sorry. There's another Muppet Show trailer. There were so many trailers last week.
Muppets is back. We need to support them as best we can.
All right, guys. The Muppet Show has a trailer out. It is a return to the Muppet Show, and as Kermit says, if this works, they're going to make more. It is the 50th anniversary of the original series. It's going to be on February 4th. It is going to air on ABC and Disney+. It'll be dropping at Disney+ at 3 in the morning Eastern, and then it'll air, I think, 7 p.m. on ABC that day. So,
what are you talking about?
The Muppet Show.
Okay.
If you guys love the Muppets and want to see more Muppets, tune in and watch the Muppets. I'm going to watch it when it drops, and then I'll watch it again later in the day. I'm going to be watching it as many times as I can.
Do you want people to do the Young Justice thing?
Do the Young Justice thing. If you're a Muppet fan and want more Muppet stuff, especially in a format like the Muppet Show, show up. You know, activate your Disney Plus trial or pay for 1 month of Disney Plus, whatever it is. Show up for this because this is great. Also, very happy. Several of the gags in this trailer are very edgy, which is nice.
My favorite is the Seth Rogen bit with Ozzy.
Fozzie. Yeah, but it's my dream my whole life to be here. Yeah, you got any other dreams? My favorite gag though is Kermit's like talking to Sabrina Carpenter, and he's like, "Yeah, we're still working out the kinks." She's like, "Oh, I love a good kink."
Yeah, no. You know what the best part about that? The best part about that joke is the fact that Muppets are owned by Disney.
Yes.
They're letting Seth Rogen do this.
Yes.
They're putting in the raunchiness of the Muppets.
Yep.
You know, ABC from a couple of years ago. But the irony about this is, Sabrina Carpenter started as a I hate autism girl in Girl Meets World.
Yep.
To being
now very edgy
to a actual singer who's very edgy and sexual back on a Disney property show, and they're also referencing her new current persona as a singer versus actress. It's just like that just kills me. Where I'm just sitting there going, you were the ugly girl in Girl Meets World who talked about how you hated autism. Now you're this hot bombshell singer, musician, and now they're having you on a Muppet show, being just you. Like, that's just effing funny to me.
This whole thing feels like a lot of great like full circleness in some ways, right? Like they're really just putting their best foot forward. Also, in the trailer, we did get confirmation Maya Rudolph is also in it, and she's hilarious. So I'm very excited about this.
I would say, so how do you feel about current voices? I'm still getting used to it.
I do not care about the discourse around his voice because I think he sounds perfectly fine. It doesn't sound like the previous voices, and that's a bit of an adjustment. The issue that has been with Kermit is not the voice, it's been the writing. This feels like Kermit again. This feels writing-wise like Kermit again. And the voice doesn't bother me when the writing set's there.
I think because Muppets have been so inconsistent that it's like it's like one of those like, oh yeah, right, Kurt's voice is different now, so it's one of those I didn't get used to it. So
it's one of those ones where people can't it's like Sound said. Sometimes the guy's voice works, sometimes it just doesn't.
And I think it's the writing's one of the biggest things. I think when the writing is on point, he sounds like Kermit, and I don't notice it. When the writing's not on point, I start looking for why it's not working.
I think he always sounds, and I'm gonna say this, he literally sounds like. The voice actor sounds like he literally has a frog in his throat.
Yes, which is ironic.
Versus being Kermit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like he's voicing Kermit, whereas it's. I'm gonna bring this up. A lot of the new Muppet replacement voice actors do not really hold a candle, unfortunately, to their predecessors. With the exception of whoever replaced Kevin Clash as Elmo, because the Carol Spiney's replacement for Big Bird literally sounds like it's a guy trying to do a Big Bird voice with a severe cold or flu.
It really depends. I think it really depends which one. I think some sounds very close to the original, but some are definitely a bit noticeable. But yeah, I think it's one of those. I think if we keep getting more Muppet stuff, it'll be less noticeable because get more.
Because Mr. Newgie says I don't like Vogel, but I'll deal with it because going to the first few projects with Whitmer as Kermit a little off too. Yeah, I don't feel like Vogel's gotten a good shake-up. I don't think Vogel's gotten enough time to work with Kermit, right? He keeps doing shorts. Yeah. He keeps doing cameo appearances. He's not had a full-length part with Kermit to get used to being Kermit full-time. Really dive into it.
Let me look up, Volga's Kermit in terms of,
Oh, yeah, Blade Raider, I did see the Votoms and Pat Labor stuff, and I cut it for time, because there's just so many other trailers today. So, yeah, I did see them, but that didn't have anything to say.
So Vogel he goes and, Drop the Mic, which is a cameo appearance. There's the very Pan Talk Christmas, which I think is a cameo appearance.
Yep.
The Masked Singer's cameo appearance. Country Show's cameo appearance. Disney Family Sing-Along Volume 2 cameo. Muppets Now, which, how long?
That was only 6 episodes, and Kermit was barely in it.
Yeah, so yeah, there's the video game rules, which those are, small. Muppet Man Hall, Muppets Hall. Yeah, he doesn't really get a chance.
He hasn't gotten a movie or a show. He's not gotten anything to work with. Yeah.
Yeah, really nothing to flex it.
He hasn't been able to make his version of Kermit yet. He's just been thrown in to
Yeah.
be Kermit just for these other projects and promotion stuff, and I think that's why he hasn't settled in yet.
Because Steve Whitmer voiced Kermit for so long that that is
Yeah.
just the voice.
Because it was Jim Henson, then it was Steve Whitmer for a long time, and then Vogel's, but Vogel hasn't been given anything to work with. He hasn't had anything of substance to really nail the character out.
Mhm.
So
hopefully, if this does well, it does well.
yeah.
Yeah, I do say his funny because Vogel did play Constantine in Most Wanted, so it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Fake Kermit became real Kermit.
It's like Paul Ruddish Mickey Mouse is also like Green Arrow in Injustice.
Yes.
Yeah. Psycho said, why did the voice actor change? It was because Steve Whitmer left the Muppet Company / was fired from the Muppet Company for a bunch of reasons that we don't really have time to get into. It wasn't any misconduct. It was disagreements about pay, representation, and there was a dispute between. I think it was a pay dispute. It was a union problem, and then I also think that there was people that said that Whitmore tried to take more ownership of the Muppets characters he played than Disney was comfortable with, because he was like, "Oh, Jim Henson picked me to be his successor. I was picked to be Jim's successor, whatever." And so he started to be like, "I'm the Muppets," and Disney's like, "We own that," and that's probably what caused the rift. People said they loved working with him. He wasn't a bad person. He didn't do anything horrible, but he had a disagreement, I think, with the Disney company, which is what led to him getting
because you and me had to do a deep dive.
Yeah,
they kept trying to say it was that he was a sex pest when we were like,
no one really covered the story really good.
No, and and people won't say like the real reasons he was fired that work there because they don't want to get fired for the same reason, I think.
Yeah,
because the thing is, and that's why Rizzo was off. That's why Rizzo hasn't been around since. Rizzo's been gone for almost a decade because of that. Because they couldn't get rid of Kermit. But they got rid of the other characters he did. But they got a new puppeteer for Rizzo and Bean Bunny and several others. So it's just I think this special hopefully will cement Vogel's Kermit better than we've had so far.
Yeah, you know what it is, because since Vogel played Constantine in Most Wanted, it reminds me of the Matthew Lillard, Casey Kasem, Shaggy ranting at Matthew Lillard and Looney Tunes Back in Action.
Yep.
Like that.
Yeah, kind of like that. God, it's so good. Jay Pocket said misconduct and mismemory was one of the showrunners for ABC Muppets. Yeah, I believe there was something with that. There's definitely some misconduct stuff, but I don't think it wasn't Whitmore.
We need to still watch that video I found where someone went through the entire thing.
Yeah.
Of the guy's misconduct, because I have it on watch later for a long time. Cause like, oh yeah, Soundout still hasn't seen this yet. We need to watch this.
Anyways, stream the Muppets. Watch it on ABC. February 4th.
There's not a request. This is the demand.
This is a demand. If you love the Muppets, you need to tune in. Like, this is our shot. As a lot of people said, though, it's like Disney. You have all this money, you can't just greenlight a Muppet show, and it's like apparently not. So the Muppets, canon reality of we have to put on one last big show to save the show. It's real. It's happening. Let's see if we can get this going. It's got a lot of buzz. I have a good feeling. Fingers crossed. We will be tuning in, and I will be talking about it after it airs as well. So. All right. Cyborg 009's coming back. And I have one thought about Cyborg 009 Nemesis, which is, I know this is going to sound pretentious, but can we stop doing Cyborg 009 in CG?
I haven't seen much. I haven't seen much of the other Cyber 09, but looking for the trailer, the CG does look nice. I would say that.
It's the best looking out of all three CG projects, but every Cyborg 009 outside of the Devilman crossovers in the last 10, 15 years has been CG. And Ishimori's design work doesn't translate to 3D.
Well, they did look like they did redesign the characters to work in 3D, so that's a good thing. Cause,
this is the third time they've redesigned them to work in 3D. The problem I have is that Cyborg 009 was written poorly and didn't feel like the characters. It lost the spirit. Call of Justice was just terrible, because that was like some of the polygon work where you can tell they were just on a deadline and didn't have any money to work with. And then this is looking the best out of them. But, one of the things I miss is 2D. 2D009 is what I miss.
I have no reference. I have not seen the other Cyber 09, so it looks fine. I'll probably check it out when it comes out. Who's working on this? I can't find any
Because I know Jerry knows, because Cyborg 009's original holds a place. Like the original series, the 2000 series are in 2D and they look great. It feels
was like going, what's up?
Cyborg 009. They announced another
Yeah.
CG project.
Oh boy,
I don't like them being CG.
they've
I
been doing that a lot.
Yeah, it feels like because
Again,
they're robots, they want to CG them.
I think it's
Maybe.
I think it's it's probably like it's probably I don't want to say budget, but I think it's definitely the stylization, the word the director. I can't find anybody. I can't find any memes yet for this thing. I'm looking at like Anime
Yeah,
News
all
but
they've given us out on this Crunchyroll article
this is
is
um,
Cyborg 009 says new anime based on the manga.
they put credit Ishimori, but
And they credit Ishinomori,
don't-
and they credit the theme song, and they give a comment from the person doing the theme
But no-
song, and
but no
that's all
animation
the info
company.
we got.
That's it.
Yeah, no animation company,
Dang.
no director, so like I can't say anything yet because it looks.
Yeah.
For me, I go like, oh, this looks cool, but like I can't I can't go deep dive into like, oh, who's working on this, what animation company, who's directing it, and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
I got no
Because
frame of reference, so I'm just hoping it's good.
yeah, that's the big
Yeah.
thing, because like because again, like I think I think CG animes do get a bad rep because there's sadly too many bad ones. But like when you find
Yeah,
there
the
is
bad
some really
ones definitely outweigh the good ones, sadly.
yeah,
But
sadly, but there is some really good
When
CG animes out there, and especially as someone who studies all types of animation and
Yeah.
especially whose partner is a CG is a 3D animator. This definitely looks good, at least from this clip we've seen of it and such like that.
I'm
I have
hoping it
no
keeps up because Call for Justice looked good in its trailer, and then the show was like it was that very vapid, like we're gonna have this whole sequence take place in a desert, so we can have a giant open empty space, so we don't have to worry
like
about
if this like it's
the
just
details.
if
Yeah,
if the quality is like something like the Trigun, the new Trigun
yeah.
CG series, like I want
Trigun
that.
or like because I like the way that superhero looks. I like the way that what was it? Lupin the First is kind
The,
of insane.
the new Samurai Troopers anime, the CG work on that's really damn good because
Yeah.
like
it doesn't
the
hurt
way
that it's
the
not
pat
everywhere either.
yeah, but also like the bright colors of everything makes the CG blend in really well with the
Mhm.
environment and characters and such. Like when you get good CG in anime, you get good CG in anime and such. I think usually what usually
Oh
like
yeah, Sandland was also partial CG. It was
yeah.
2D in a
Sandland,
bunch of it,
yep.
but it was also partial CG. It looked good too.
Mostly the original arc was supposed to be
Yeah,
3D because that
the
was not
movie.
a movie. The movie was CG. Yeah, usually what causes bad CG and anime is usually bad crunch and bad direction.
Yeah.
Is usually a lot
Because
of times.
Ghost in the Shell, Standalone Complex 2045, the first season I thought looked really bad, but then the second season looked a lot better because the team got used to the format. Because it was
Yeah,
production
that's
IG, who's not normally CG people.
like I think like you were like Ultraman anime. I think season 1 didn't look great, but I think
Yeah.
season 2 onwards looked pretty damn good and such like that. It all yeah. It's really
I'm
comes down to
hoping people with
experience.
experience in CG are working on this because I think that'll make it work. Because I want more
I'm
Cyborg
curious.
009. I'm not complaining about that. I'm
Yeah,
hoping
I'm
it's
curious
good
to check.
because
Yeah,
last couple have been.
I would
Well,
say
if
this is
I know
pretty.
anything, that new Fist of the North Star anime is gonna be.
No, that was the
That's what
case.
I was gonna bring up.
That's
Yeah,
the case of bad direct. That's the case of bad
Bad
direction,
direction,
bad
yeah.
crunch, bad
literally.
direction, bad crunch for that one. By the
Yep.
looks of it,
I,
uh,
I don't get why a lot of
I
these
was
shows that are like 009 and they're like this super respected show with a lot of pedigree. Also, them let's do a crunch really quick CG thing.
yeah, it's yeah. That's the problem with it. It's like I wouldn't have no problem if if the new Fist Nerf started CG. The problem is the fact that clearly it was there's a lot of crunch production on that one, and
Yeah.
and the director that doesn't look, he's not experienced in doing CG for that one.
It's
Like,
it's also
it's like
interesting when they do reboots or sequels to older anime. They tend to do them in CG. When I feel like
Yeah,
if you're trying to appeal to the old audience, you would do the 2D style. It's something I just think about. But the thing I want out of this because it's going to be adapting
Alright,
the
I'll be
original.
back.
All right, it's going to be adapting the original manga for what like the 6th time at this point. I'm hoping it does it better because like a lot of the adaptations of the original manga um sort of get cut off and they don't get all the way to the Olympus gods and stuff that happens late in
mhm.
the series. Like even the Cyborg Soldier, the 2000 series didn't quite get to the ending of the manga, and Cyborg 009 versus Devilman kind of picked up the the ending of it to kind of keep going.
I
They've
was
done so many adaptations and there's barely any of them available, and so I'm hoping that Oh yes, the political subtext would be great, as Jay Delabeat
I,
mentioned.
I, I think what's I
So
think what's annoying. I think what's more annoying for me is this is a very bad announcement. Not the thing. Oh, not because it's a bad idea, but more like we don't know nothing. Like there's no direct. Like the fact that you don't give us a animated studio and
the
director.
fact that they're giving us a comment from the theme song, which oh my god, this is an issue I have with a lot of classic anime. I know the theme songs are iconic, but make new songs. I don't need to hear a
Yes,
remix of the same
that's
song over and
that
over and
that
over again.
that makes something like Mazinger was it Shin Mazinger the 2000 series so
Yeah.
good?
I love Shin
Yeah,
Mazinger getting a new song. I love Cyborg 009 versus Devilman because it gave Cyborg 009 and Devilman 2 new songs. Like, I want new songs. I don't want to hear Devilman no Uta again. I don't want to hear the Mazinger opening again. I don't want to hear Cyborg 009 again.
I give credit to Avenger 2020. All the songs are original for that
Yes.
series.
I love that too. I was so glad it wasn't more Butterfly remixes.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's just it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't want it to be repetitive because we've done it so many times, but I would like to get a version that's accessible for people because for some reason, despite its notoriety, most of it's never been released in English. You can't read the original manga outside of Japan, and it's never gotten a full adaptation otherwise. So
Yeah, I really hope this like if anything, I hope it's like that new Ghost in the Shell anime by Science Star. I want this to
yes,
be a good fresh, like good fresh for modern audiences view of the
I'll
story.
even take a
Because
Devilman Crybaby.
Because Devil and Crybaby, even if you're not a fan of style, I think that was still a good adaptation of the original story in terms
And
of like
more
getting.
people watch that than any other Devilman thing. And it gets
Yeah,
all the major points of the story, and most importantly, it gets the core themes of the story. It doesn't get
yeah,
it
I
doesn't
think
do beat for
I think
beat, but it has the core themes of the story.
Yeah, I think that's for me. That's more important. Like, if you're
Yeah,
not like, even if I'm not into like, I like Devil May Cry style, but I definitely see why some people would not.
yeah,
But I'm more happy that like because it was a good adaptation because it told the story and themes so well that like there's not gonna be any like misconduct of the themes and
yeah.
such for Devilman. I hope that's like this for Cyborg and Ghost in the Shell
I hope
because I
so
think
too.
it's because the case of story, writing and stories are timeless, but like it's other stuff like I know a lot of people can't get into older animation, older series because not because they're ignorant, but more just like they did. Let's face it, a lot of that old animation is stilted because of the times and such like that. It's
Hmm.
it kind of disconnects. It kind of disconnects you from it and such like that. So I'm
Yeah,
hoping that's the case. But like, please give us a proper announcement
yeah. This
next
felt like
time.
they just wanted to sell a CD single to us.
Yep.
One of my biggest
Like,
things, we're talking about Dragon Ball next, by the way, Jerry. So just giving you a heads up. The one of my biggest complaints lately with anime announcements we talked about is we keep getting these announcements that have no substance, right? Like Kaiji number 8, oh, we're adapting the conclusion arc of the manga.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
is
was
it a
so
movie?
cheesy.
Is it a TV show? When is it airing? Who's working on? Nothing. You just hear, we're making this. And I'm like, yeah, I expected you to make that. We're making the assassin arc from Chainsaw Man. Okay, your last arc was a movie. Is this going to be a movie or a TV show? And you just get nothing else. You just get these, and we're about to talk about another one of these kind of nebulous announcements.
No, it's one of the better. At
It's
least this one
better.
I would say is one of the better ones of that
I will say
caliber.
it's one that's better because of the announcement that came after it that provides context. So it's just one of those things that like it's very common in the anime experience lately to go, we're making this, and then give you no details, and then 2 weeks before
I
it comes
wonder.
out, they're like, here it is. It's coming out in 2 weeks.
I want. I wonder if it's because it's such a we hear stories about such like say like the One Punch Man 3 scenario. I wonder if it's just because the production timeline takes so long that like they have to announce these now, knowing that like hey, it's making it. We're is that
The
you think is
part that
that guy's
confuses me is how do they not know if it's a movie or show when they announce it, right?
I think it's definitely like it might be have to be the shuffling thing because
Yeah.
like so many of these companies take on so many projects that like
enough
sometimes
that it's
things can
also in
change.
the
Mm.
gaming industry, as you noticed, sound
Yep.
out with
Yes.
certain games giving you either nothing or drip feeding.
Virtua Fighter, man. What the hell?
Yep, yep.
Yeah, that's the thing is it's frustrating not only as a fan and a consumer. It's also frustrating as somebody that's trying to cover the news because when I talk about some of these news topics, I'll get a comment and it's like, when does it come out? And then I just have to go shrug. I don't know. They didn't say. Luckily for Dragon Ball, we have some insider information that gives us some idea, which is helpful. So, I guess more leakers are helpful. Let's talk about Dragon Ball. There was the big 40th anniversary event, which had subtitles that made me question if they were real subtitles or if they were AI, but that's besides the point.
So was questioning that.
Some of those lines,
I was wondering.
like,
I was like, is this? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, but I will say that there was a lot of good stuff outside of the anime. We'll talk about the video games tomorrow on Fighter Cow's stream at twitch.tv/FighterCows at 4 p.m. Eastern.
Hans Zimmer did a Dragon Ball track.
Yes, so let's talk about the
Yeah,
first.
that's wild.
Let's talk about the first announcement, which was they had a trailer. They had a trailer that was the 40th anniversary trailer for Dragon Ball, which I had to sit and go, didn't we already have the 40th anniversary? And then I remember it was the 40th for the manga. We're doing the 40th of the anime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're doing the 40th anime anniversary. So naturally, the trailer was entirely manga art. I'm always confused by these anniversaries when they do this. Like, they're like, we're celebrating 40 years of animation. Here's all manga art.
I mean, it looks good. I
love the video. I'm just pointing something out.
When I saw that, I was hoping. I was like, oh, are we finally getting the full remake? That's more but boy, that looked good.
It looked amazing, and Hans Zimmer did the music, which is freaking cool. Like, that's just cool.
Yeah, for real.
But the big news was that at the end of the trailer, they kind of went through recent Dragon Ball projects past the original manga. So they did Battle of Gods, Resurrection F, Daima Super.
Well, Toriyama. I think all the art they showed was all the Toriyama.
Yes, we saw Kefla, Toriyama Kefla for the first time.
Yeah, it's really cool. And like I think we saw a lot of the superhero and Daima like at the place we actually saw like the Toriyama's initial like the Super Saiyan 4 and Ultra Vegeta 1 artwork he did, which I'm forever calling that form by the way. That's what he's calling it. I'm gonna call it.
It looked really cool, and I love the promo video. And I wish more people would talk about the promo video because I thought it was fantastic. But of course, the news at the end of it eclipsed it, which is that Dragon Ball Super is returning as Dragon Ball Super: The Galactic Patrol, adapting the Galactic Patrol arc from the Super manga with the villain Moro. We're finally moving forward.
Super 2 is real after
Super
all
2.
these years.
It's been 8 years since Super ended, right? Yeah.
Wait, has it been?
It's been 8. It ended in 2018, right?
Yep.
So it's been 8 years since Super ended. We've gotten 2 movies and a Daima sense, which has been nice. But a lot of us have been waiting for this to happen. That being said, they did not provide a date. But we did hear from people that know things. It's late 2027.
Which
lines up with the next announcement we'll talk about.
Which I actually don't mind it. Look, I don't mind it because I don't think anyone us want to have a Super Episode 5 scenario again.
They can take their time. Their time. What bothers me about the announcement, however, is this poster saying original work, story, and character designs by Akira Toriyama, which is not true. Galactic Patrol arc was like, from Toyotaro's own admission, like 100% Toyotaro.
I think like Toriyama had some input, but that's it, some input.
Yeah, and this isn't technically a lie because this is saying original work, story, and characters, as in Dragon Ball. I think that's what they're referring to. But putting it on this does feel like a
history revisionist.
History revisionist. Also, Toyotaro wasn't there for the announcement of the adaptation of his arc, but he was there for a figure art reveal.
Yeah, that's weird. It's getting like Stan Lee. Oh, Stan Lee made all the Marvel. No, he didn't. He was involved, but he wasn't like he did everything.
This is like how for the 80s and 90s, every comic book says Stan Lee presents across the top of the credits. That's what this feels like. It feels like they're using Toriyama's name as a marketing tactic, which feels a little gross, but I also expected it. It's just kind of how it goes. But I think Toyotaro should be getting credit. And I think also Toyotaro should be part of the marketing because he was the one that came up with this.
I mean, he is. I mean, especially since he is Toriyama's like chosen successor.
Yes.
At this point,
exactly.
like that.
Speaking of, because this is relevant before we talk about this arc getting adapted. When's the manga coming back? Because that was the announcement we didn't get during this that I was hoping we'd see, which was when the manga's coming back. I'm sure it will, but it does seem like that's not anytime soon, sadly. But let's talk about
I
the
think-
positives. They're adapting the Moro arc. So
But it's like I can't wait because I do like the Moro arc, even with all its flaws, and I think most of the flaws I find with the Moro arc is more pacing problems.
I have a
like,
problem with the
hopefully-
pacing and the oh my god, stop making him stronger problem.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, also he became lamer when he wasn't Goatman anymore. Also, for me,
Yeah.
I like Moro being the Goatman. That was more unique. Than
Kaus, what's your take on
was more
Moro
unique.
arc?
I liked it enough, but I had some problems with it.
My
I did
two
like
issues are
Vegeta learning a technique, but only for him to sit down, Vegeta. You learned that technique, spirit fishing. Sit down.
pacing and power scaling are my two issues, to sum it up easily, right? I feel like it
Mhm.
runs a little long. I feel like they overpower Moro, they cuck Vegeta yet again. But as we've seen, the super manga and the super anime are not like very close. They're very divided.
Very separate. The separate productions
Yep.
practically.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that because of this, we can do a second go around, right? And we can get some
I
kind
mean,
of
a lot,
review
a
on
lot,
it.
essentially, a lot of modern anime adaptations of manga are usually pretty much a second draft. I know that's happening with
It's kind of like
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Invincible as a second draft on the comic, and I've been
Yeah,
really liking
like,
that.
I know that's happening with Jujutsu Kaisen right now because I watched the new season and my
Mhm.
friends told me, oh, there are a lot of improvements from the manga and the anime that and stuff like that. So like, if that's the case,
Kaiju number 8
like,
season 2 did that. They added a couple scenes that just really added some emotional depth that was missing in that part of the manga, and I like when they do that. I think that's what an adaptation should do, is to
so,
give it another
so
go.
that yeah, so if that's the
I mean,
case, and like I feel like it will a lot of that would be six with the
since the
the more arc
continuities are
anime.
different. Yeah, if you
Yeah.
remember, the a manga took a way different turn with Goku Black and Tournament of Power. I wonder if the anime should not be 1-to-1.
I don't think it
because
should, yeah.
more arc take place after Broly movie, right?
Right. The Broly movie is
Yes.
canon to the manga and the anime because the manga
Yeah.
literally just skips. It's funny. The manga also skips over the Resurrection F arc. They're just like,
Which
don't worry about that. Frieza came back. All right. And then they also say like, hey, they went and fought Broly, and it's like, go watch the Broly movie, and the Broly movie's canon to both.
He says that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go watch it.
And Daima is canon to both. A lot of people are like, where's the manga version of Daima? But I don't think there ever was supposed to be one. I think it's just supposed to be like the Broly movie. It's canon to both. And in fact, Daima is more canon to the manga than the anime because
really?
there's a bunch of stuff about the Majin lore and the Demon World lore that was explored in filler in the anime that doesn't line up with Daima. But because that stuff was never talked about in the manga, it lines up with the manga even more than it does the anime. Because it was Toriyama writing, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget. What was superhero in the manga any different, or is it mostly like
It was
samey?
mostly the same, except they had done this prequel arc with
Yeah, like Trunks and Goten.
Mai.
Trunks and Goten,
Trunks
right?
and Goten and Mai in high school, and so what they did is
Yep.
during the superhero events they would weave in some of the stuff from the high school arc into it, and then they had like a little epilogue. I could see. We'll talk about this in the next segment, but I could see this this being a case of like we do Galactic Patrol, we do the Granola arc, and then we do the superhero arc with the high school stuff added, and then we go to whatever the arc after is. That's my guess. Is I think that's how they're going with this. But trying to think. Is there anything else? Is there anything else with this? Like, this announcement is kind of like it's in the future.
And it's the most the more arcs being adapted finally, which is super cool to see.
And
so,
I'm
yeah.
very glad they announced this first. Okay, Taran Thomas.
Super chat from Torrin Thomas, $2. Is the Sound Music 4K work getting over Blu-ray?
Absolutely, it's a massive upgrade. Highly recommended. It's also got a bunch of bonus features, and I think it still comes with art cards. It's like a really good release. All right,
I
so
watched that movie a couple days ago, funny enough. But yeah,
I love that movie. That movie also feels insanely relevant at the moment.
yeah, it does.
So anyways, the second announcement, which I gotta give credit. I always complain about Toei's marketing, but credit to Toei. Announcing the Moro arc first was good because they announced that they're redoing Super. And by redoing, this is interesting. The official title in Japan is Dragon Ball Super Beerus. In all the North American marketing, they call it Dragon Ball Super Beerus Enhanced Edition. So basically what they're doing is they're remaking the God of Destruction arc, which was originally 14 episodes in Dragon Ball Super, and half of it looked like crap due to crunch.
which was already a retelling of the Battle of the Gods movie.
Right. It was already retelling of the Battle of Gods movie. So it was our second adaptation of the Battle of Gods story. We got our third adaptation in the manga, where it was only 4 chapters, and now we're getting our fourth adaptation, or fourth version of the Battle of Gods story, which is this enhanced remake, which is going to go back and fix a bunch of animation, clean a bunch of stuff up, add some better continuity. Like Beerus's attack colors were all out of whack originally. They weren't all purple. Some of them were yellow. Now they're all purple. There was a video I saw. I searched up like Dragon Ball Super Beerus animation comparison, and someone on YouTube put like frame by frame connected all the shots and was like, they changed this, they changed that. This is this different angle. So they're doing a bunch of
It's less of a Dragon Ball Kai, like Dragon Ball Super Kai, but more like what they did with the Fishman Island arc in One Piece, right?
That's what I said when I saw it when I was watching it live. I literally said that. It's like the One Piece thing.
It is like the One Piece thing. It's like they're reanimating it, because also Fishman Island arc had the same issue of too much crunch, too much like.
Wasn't the pacing horrendous?
The pacing was horrendous. I don't know how. I haven't gotten to. I've been watching the One Piece anime slowly, but as a manga reader, I don't understand how Fishman Island was 50 episodes.
Yeah, if I ever get to One Piece, I'm thinking it's either I wait for the Witsuya adaptation in 10 years, or I just go read the manga, honestly.
Read the manga.
It'll be quicker. It'll be quicker.
It's quicker, and Sanji's character doesn't get destroyed.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mr. Doogie says, my local thrift store has all the Super on Blu-ray. I've been eyeing them for a bit, but should I hold off on buying Super and wait for this instead? If you want just one version of Super, yeah, probably wait for this. Because this is already looking a lot better. And it's confirmed. I believe it's confirmed. I could be speaking out of turn on this, but I believe it's confirmed there's going to be 6 episodes instead of 14.
Yeah, it is 6.
So it's like 6 chapters. Like the 6 chapters, the manga.
They did say that
possibly other things, maybe 6 episodes as well. But
we'll talk about that. I'll talk about that in a moment. But I was going to say they also said there will be some new scenes, which apparently they had some drafts from Toriyama for Battle of Gods of a Beerus scene that they didn't use, and they're going to add that in, which is neat. And I believe they're also adding a scene. There's a shot in the trailer. People think they're going to add a scene that was in the manga of Goku training that wasn't in the original TV version. So
and it's also it's not like a full reanimation. Like there is some. I'm looking at some of the comparison. There is some clips reused, but like touch up. So
they give them a different filter. They add some different aura effects. That kind of thing.
It's because like for instance, the Fishman Island arc. They did reanimate a lot. They did still keep some scenes that still like look good.
Yeah, if it looked good, they weren't going to change it. If it looked bad, they were going to reanimate it. It's not a remake. It's a remastering, right? It's a go back and clean it up. Yeah, and Super had already done that for its Blu-ray release. They'd already cleaned up some of the animation, but not to this degree. Like this is.
I mean, like the clips of Super Saiyan 3 Goku alone just look infinitely better.
And they changed some shots too. I love the way the Saiyans uniting to create Super Saiyan God looks way better now.
No, because this is the case of it's just better. I think it's better. It's just better storyboarding.
Yes,
it's better storyboarding in this case scenario, because I think I'm looking at a video. Yeah, I think it's probably the same video you saw now, where it's right the two side by side, and the remaster just better storyboarded. Like there's better shot competitions and stuff like that. It doesn't look as stilted as the original series, because as we know with Super Rush, Rush production, they can clean up the animation all they want. But if the storyboards are weak, you can't change that much in scenario.
You can't fix the skeleton. You can only fix the skin.
Yeah.
Right. So this is fixing the skeleton. Kaus and I probably agree on this. That if you were if someone were to walk up to you and say, which part of Dragon Ball would you want remastered for a modern audience, we'd probably both say the first 16 volumes of the manga.
Yep.
Dragon Ball not getting the remake thing.
That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
so many people skip the beginning part of this franchise.
Which is so funny, I still say that's still my favorite stuff is through the Dragon Ball era.
I love
stuff.
it. It's so frustrating to see people go, just jump to Z. Nobody is telling you jump to volume 17 of a comic book series. Nobody is telling you just jump to Shippuden. Nobody's telling you just jump to Fishman Island.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, it's a uniquely Dragon Ball problem. And companies involved, like Bandai and
how the Bandai and Toei doesn't help that either.
They don't help
sadly.
it. They continue to push it because
We just got the Dragon Ball characters back in Sparking Zero.
yes,
in the
in
new
the second
DLC.
season DLC after the game was thought to be dead.
Yep.
Also, I still say
Exactly.
Kakarot should have started with Goku in that mountain. It should have not started with Raditz. Like,
Yep.
just that's how it is. All right. So the thing is that
Guys, Z's the most popular part.
I
In
don't care.
Dragon Ball, you can skip.
Well, you can
Like,
say he
that's
was a
what Twitter
brilliant.
keeps telling us.
Their father was a brilliant scientist.
I know it's just so funny that people do
Oh,
not
man.
realize that Goku being an alien was such a massive earth-shattering retcon.
Yeah.
All right. So here's what's happening. We've heard from insiders that the Golden Frieza arc is going to be adapted next. 6 episodes, just like this
Oh, that
is.
I mean that one they
Yep,
need to
that's
prepare
right.
a lot.
They need to do a lot of work on that. I hope they keep Ginyu, though. I would love to keep Ginyu for an episode.
Yep, because that
I
the
did
Res
like
F
that.
arc, the Res F arc in Super was horrendous.
Yes.
I literally skipped that entire arc.
Same.
just
I
watched the
checked.
movie.
I checked bits and pieces there. I don't even. I'm not.
I
I'm
watched
already
the
not a fan.
entire thing, and guess what? I still prefer it to the movie, and I gotta tell you one reason why. Because
Flesh
I
out more
like
things.
the Ginyu stuff. It gave character moments, and I thought that the Frieza battle fight, Horde fight in the movie looked so horrendous. I would take janky the janky 2D animation of the Super TV version over it. That's me though. I didn't like the Frieza Force fight.
It's the case where like I already don't like Res F that much already, and the arc,
Yeah.
like you know they tried to fix it. It was so horribly managed in production that like you cannot ignore it scenario.
Yep. So they're gonna fix that, and that's what the insiders have said. Now, here's the thing that we know: this is premiering
Are
in
you gonna
fall
go-
2026, probably after Digimon Beat Break wraps up, because we knew that we basically got confirmation Beat Break's gonna be like 50 episodes. It's gonna wrap up in the fall. This is probably taking its time slot. It's a Toei show, makes the most sense. Here's the thing: if Moro is not coming till fall 2027. I see a scenario, and since this is only 6 episodes confirmed, 6 episodes possible, I think we're going to see Universe 6 arc, we're going to see Goku Black, Tournament of Power, getting the same treatment. It'll be easier for them as they go along, because Tournament of Power doesn't look bad.
God, Goku Black needs the pacing 6 so much
Yes.
because I think the arc is still fine, even though I despise the ending still. But man, the pacing arc was horrendous.
Yes,
for
I
Goku
think
Black.
if we're gonna, I mapped it out. I pulled the calendar out, and I was like, okay, if we are cutting, because basically we're cutting from 14 to 6, right? So that is cutting more than half the show basically down. So if we're doing more, just about 60% shorter.
So what? Because Beerus and Frieza, they're 6. That's 13 episodes right there, right?
Yeah,
Or 12 or 12.
12. It's 12,
12.
and it.
That's your winter. That's that's your fall season right there.
Yep.
For anime seasons and such like that.
So based on the number of episodes, if they cut filler arcs, I love Copy Vegeta, but they're probably going to cut it. Let's be real. They're probably
man, Brian Drummond. No.
I know. Just be like, no, don't go.
We're not gonna see Goku. We're not gonna see Goku interchange mission in the middle of Bulma and Vegeta doing the hickey nicky.
You know what? They should really put Copy Vegeta as one episode just to keep us happy.
Yes.
I would love that. But they're probably going to shorten that stuff up, and then they're gonna condense the other arcs. I think we do need to keep the Dr. Slump stuff always. I agree. Psychos.
Keep the baseball.
No, we're dropping
episode.
that.
Keep a Raleigh.
Keep a Raleigh. Always keep a
baseball.
Raleigh.
Keep the baseball episode, so I like that episode.
So there's 7 episodes we keep, but basically, I went, looked at my calendar, I figured it out. I think this is their plan. We'll see if I'm right. I think they're just going to be remastering all of Super, and it's going to go straight into the Moro arc. And that way, you're not. This is also smart, because that way you're not picking up a show 8 years later, and your normal TV audience is like, "What's going on?" You start them, and you run for a year. You get because Super was like 130 episodes. You can get that done in 52, 54 episodes. You've redone the entire thing. You roll straight into Moro.
So,
you're good to go.
So, if let's say God, Beerus, and Frieza arcs are one season, I can see maybe tournaments, Universe of 6, and maybe Goku Black being the next seasonal.
They make Goku Black not suck.
Yeah, I think I think that's the thing. I think the first 24, 25 episodes are going to be the first 4 arcs, and then the back half of it is going to be Tournament of Power.
No, so as you were going to mention when we're talking about Galactic about the whole adaptation stuff with
Yeah.
Broly and superhero. So wait, how do you think you're gonna handle that?
I think they're
like
gonna leave Broly as go watch Broly because
There's no need to.
there's no need to redo
to
that. That movie's
yeah.
freaking gorgeous. But I do think they're gonna adapt superhero into the continuity because this is what I think. I think they're gonna go like, you know, Tournament Power remaster ends. They're like, go watch Broly, come back, Moro, Granola, superhero, the next arc after. Because they did expand the superhero story nicely in the manga, and I think, and also because if it's on TV, they're probably going to do like a 2D version of superheroes. So there's a reason.
Yeah, and it won't suck.
I like that movie. Anyways, I think they're probably going to do like a 2D version of some of the events, but they're probably going to expand it out because I think people really, from what I can tell, and this is me not knowing for sure, but from what I can tell from manga readers, a lot of people really like the Trunks and Gohan or the Trunks and Goten high school stuff. And so I think they're gonna.
I like to dub it. Dragon Ball 1.5, like Lion King.
Yeah, I think it's great, and I think they'll roll it into it. And I like the superhero story already, and I think that you know that because there's nothing you can do to Broly to make it any better. There's no reason to expand it, right?
I also not sure I can really split that movie up into episodes.
You
that
can't
very
because like the first 35 minutes is Bardock,
it's the Bardock flashback,
and then the rest of it
like,
is big ass fight.
Yeah,
You can't cut into episodes, and there's no reason to remake it because it's not like you can expand the story to it because it's big ass fight.
It's also like it's very self-contained, also.
Very self-contained. With superhero being more character focused, you can spend more time and add more character stuff. So I think they're going to do that.
You can give us
get
actual
more
2D.
Yes.
Superhero, you can actually give us more. That superhero story. You can definitely split it at multiple episodes because it's very. It's kind of structured to have like,
here's the episode where he infiltrates the Red Ribbon Army. Here's the episode where Gohan gets mad. Here's the episode where they fight Cell. Yeah.
Also, could they give us a better Cell Max fight? Because my God, the fact that
I think if it wasn't, I think if they had to do a 2D Cell Max fight, it might be a little bit more focused because I think, because I like the way that they use the dynamic camera in like the Gamma fights and some of the other battles like when Gohan's fighting the Red Ribbon Army. But when they got to the Cell Max fight, also part of the problem is the color tone shifted down a whole lot, and I started losing. I started losing characters in the smoke.
I also agree with the director of the movie. He was also upset that Toriyama didn't give give Cell anything. It was just him shouting like a monster.
He was just a kaiju beast. Yeah, the big final kaiju to fight, pretty much.
Like I kind of hope like they have the liberty to rewrite Cell to not just.
We get perfect Cell Max.
I would actually like that. I'd love it if they like defeat him and they're like, "Oh, we made it," and then he just like stands up and he's perfect Cell Max now, and he's all just suave.
He's shrunk back to his normal size.
Yeah.
And we just get back to old school Cell. You thought I was dead. Too bad. I'm alive. And the thing that
I'm alive.
Yeah.
The thing that will make it even funnier for me is if they still make it that somehow this Cell is somehow the original. So he even remembers being killed or has like some inkling that he was killed by Gohan.
I would love it if he didn't remember.
So much better.
I would love it if he didn't remember who he is, but he just really hates Gohan. Like he's just got like a vendetta now.
I don't know why. The way he said it, I had to think of the Blight scene in Batman Beyond. Yeah, it's like you murdered me. Yeah, when that arrows it down.
Also, hear me out on superhero as an arc. Teenage Go Tanks.
Yeah,
please.
give us that.
What the hell?
We don't want to be stuck in Heroes Dimension.
I don't understand that.
We've been teased with that so many damn times. Even the manga didn't do it. And I'm just like, stop teasing it. Just do it already. My God.
What's so...
It's not like the design's gonna be any revolutionary. It's just gonna be Gotenks put on a body.
What's so forbidden about him growing up?
Gotenks growing up hairstyle, just ever so slightly.
Exactly.
I actually, you know what? I kind of want Gotenks to have Teen Goten's like weird mane he has now in the superhero. I kind of like that it did change his hairstyle then.
Yeah, that's true.
Goten.
One more.
God, because with Trunks' hair being the bowl cut and Goten having that long, he gets a mullet. Teen Gotenks has a mullet.
Ooh, that'd be fantastic. I would. You know, it'd be really funny too, is if he had one of those mustaches where, like, clearly it's like a teenager trying to grow a mustache to look older.
Yes. It'll look like GT Vegeta.
Yes, except like worse. It'll like somehow look worse. Yes. So the last thing I wanted to talk about, because this has been
it'll look like Joseph in King of the Hill.
Yes.
Yes. So the thing I want to talk about,
Love
which has been a discussion point I've seen floated around a lot. Do you think they should show how Gohan or Goku and Vegeta got Super Saiyan Blue? Because like
Yes.
it's
Yes.
so frustrating it happened off
Yeah.
screen, right?
That's my biggest complaint about Blue. It's why I don't like Blue, because there's no. It's such a nothing form.
It
They
just
give
shows
you-
up
give us.
I thought they were gonna show it
in the
in
Super
old
TV
Super,
version.
yeah,
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 they did.
and then they didn't. They just showed they got basically red. I'm like, okay,
Another
what
thing,
happened to Blue?
people are wondering if they're going to address like the new forms in Daima that didn't show up in Super.
Yeah, Super Saiyan 4 and
I was
Ultra
thinking
Vegeta
about that.
1.
I think with Super Saiyan 4, I was talking to Darkon about this, and we were discussing like Goku gets a tail during Super Saiyan 4 and then it vanishes again. In
It
Daima.
just grows out. Yeah, it just grows out when it becomes Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm wondering if Goku can't actually access Super Saiyan 4 and he only was able to because of Neva
Yeah.
and the
I think
magic of the
it's
demon
kind of,
world.
Well,
I always
the only
thought
problem
was
with
the case.
that is he says at the end he got it through training.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought that. Yeah, I thought it was a Neva
Which is a
thing.
very Toriyama
I mean,
thing
a
to
lot
do,
of us-
right? It's Toriyama's final
Because I
prank
thought
on us, isn't it?
It
Yeah.
seems like it was Neva. Then at the very end, he's like, "Haha, I trained after Boo
Yeah.
to Vegeta."
A lot of people are saying it would be funny if he shows up as Super Saiyan 4 and then Beerus just stomps
That's
him
what
out
I
of
want
it.
to see. That's what I want to see. Super Saiyan 4. Then it just get clapped like.
I would also like
I mean,
Goku to.
still wish-
I would also
I
like
still
Goku to
wish
tell
Super Saiyan
Vegeta,
God
Super
was just
Saiyan 3
forward
ain't
gold.
shit. It didn't do anything against Beerus.
He did that to Trunks. He did that to
Yeah.
Trunks and Goku Black.
Anyways, Wheels, what were you saying?
I still just wish that Super Saiyan God was just Thor, just in gold.
Oh, like the initial initial
Yeah.
concept art. Like that.
Like, I just wish it was just. What if Goku was Super Saiyan 4? But what if gold?
Mutegi said, what about the Supreme Kai
That's all.
situation? You know what would be really funny is they just never address it.
Fuck
Just never address it.
Look, they just get fused sometimes. I like to think that
I just like that they just keep fusing and unfusing off screen.
I like to think it's Okai trolling them by putting
Yes.
them putting the Protaros in their sleeps.
He just
Like
like
that.
sneaks up on them and clips them, and then they're just stuck back
Yep.
together again. It would be funny though. They, if they are adding new scenes, maybe it would be worth doing some of the stuff. I don't know if they need to, but I don't know if they will. But it would be kind of funny if they did. Oh my God, Blader said it'd be the Demon Realm is the only place he can use 4, and he didn't realize it till he got home. It'd be funny if he's like, "All right, time to go Super Saiyan 4."
Oh,
I can't. I can only go up to 3. Like he's talking to Beerus. He's like, I don't know why I can't go further.
Yep.
I think it covers it though.
Yep.
I think it covers it. It's nice to get some Dragon Ball. I think if we could just get in a manga continuation announcement, I'll be super happy.
It's kind of funny. Like it's a few months ago, during it's like people were going like, "What's going on with Dragon Ball?" Right? There's nothing. A few months later, here's all the Dragon Ball stuff. It's like it's a constant case of wait.
A big thing was because the Capsule Corporation now owns
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
There was a whole
the
legal
whole
dispute
legal-
about the ownership of Dragon Ball, and I think it's
Yep.
all sorted out now. And that's why I think
Yeah.
it's helping.
Kyoyoku, I think, won finally. So
And
now Capsule Corp.
We wanted him to win, right? Was that the guy we wanted to win?
Yes,
Yep.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's what I kept saying.
Yeah.
Is the reason why Sam?
Kyoyoku to
Is the
win.
reason why Sandland got second?
That's
seed?
right.
Yep.
He was like, I'm gonna get Sandland made. I'm not gonna ask Shueisha. Yeah, I
'Cause
remember that.
He kept saying he's loyal to the artist's vision. In which case, so he's like, I want to do what Toriyama wanted, and that's it. You get out of my way. That's what he wanted.
Yes,
And I'm like, man,
I like that. That's what we need. You need a producer
The
who's
best way to
like that.
explain him. The best way to explain him is if I keeled over tomorrow and Soundout had to actually champion it with Jerry doing the whole thing of
Yeah,
like, no, this is what Wheels wanted.
Yep.
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 All right.
Like,
Cool.
it would be like if my series, Jerry, that I'm working on, and they were like, we want to make this new property. It's not in the Bible, you can't make it. What? If it's not in the Bible, you can't make it.
Hey, as long as the
Fantasy
Sandland guy
Bible
won, I'm
stories.
happy. Because that's my favorite story. Is he was like Shueisha or Toei said they didn't want to adapt Sandland, so I just took it to Bandai instead.
Yeah.
It's like we don't have to do everything at Toei.
Like-
I like that guy.
Like I feel like Jerry, like if I just brought up my situation, you and Soundout would have to excruciate, look over the Bible, and do like what they did with the War of the Rohirrim anime, and be like, well, technically it's in the Bible, so yeah, you can make this adaptation.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the little bit
I
of
love
toy
how the
news
War
we
of the
have.
Rohirrim came out.
we have a little tiny tidbit of toy news. Big Bird's finally up for pre-order. NECA's been kind of weird. They announced a bunch of stuff at San Diego and New York, and then just haven't put anything up for pre-order in a while.
Big Bird.
Big
I
Bird.
love it. Like Big Bird is free.
He's
finally.
free. He comes with multiple ties. He's got a tie. He's got a sweater. He's got his teddy bear. He's got 2 different heads. You get normal like Big Bird, and you get freaking crazy like messed up early Big Bird. It's just like mildly terrifying.
That's Big Bird's like V2, I think head, like the V2 head or the V3 head.
He comes with the letter B as well.
I don't know. I know Wheels meant by versions like the version 2 costume, but like I don't know why my brain on V3 for big
Me
V3
too.
Big Bird V3.
Yes. Also, Muteki said like Ultraman.
Yep.
Type A Big Bird, Type B Big Bird.
Yes.
Very excited that he's coming out though, because I've been wanting him a lot. All right.
I love how some of the ties are referencing Big Bird's trips to like China and Japan.
Yeah. I like that they actually like think these things through on this. They're not just like, oh, it's just Sesame Street. Like they know we care.
I think the only thing that it's missing, and I could be wrong, I got to relook at it, is it's missing his little bird cousin character that would be that was prominent with him in the late 80s and 90s.
I wonder if he may have been included at one point, but then the tariff situation killed it.
Maybe, because I don't remember if it was even shown at.
I don't think they showed it, but I feel like they would have included it.
Back in the day,
yeah.
But back in the day, like he kind of like was written out of the show by the time you probably came back to America.
Yeah.
So like from like 88 to like 96 or so, or 97, it would be like this reoccurring like little like actual like parakeet looking bird that was supposed to be like I wouldn't say a baby Big Bird, but it was like he always would show up in that as like a offshoot character. So like I always associate him with Big Bird, but like it's weird that they're not including him.
I think it might be a budget thing because a lot of stuff's been getting squeezed lately. So, Blade Warrior says, I assume every one of these comes with a different letter. Yes, they each come with a different letter, except the count comes with the number 2.
Yep.
It's the count. It'd be weird if he came with a letter.
His little name is actually called Little Bird.
Okay, they might include. Maybe they'll do an accessory pack down the road, and he'll be like an anchor character.
Guys, he debuted in 1969.
Wow. Psycho says, does Sesame Street have any lost media? Yes, famously so.
Plenty.
Yep.
Yes.
Plenty. There's a ton of lost episodes. One of the most famous lost episodes of Sesame Street was when they had Margaret Hamilton reprise her role as the Wicked Witch from The Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
And that one actually got out. Someone actually
it
like
wasn't really lost.
I found it.
Yeah, somebody found it, so it's not lost anymore, but it was for a long time, and that was like one of the most well known.
What it was that no one knew that it was actually being preserved in a museum, so someone went
It's
to
in the
museum
Library of
like,
Congress, but you're not allowed to
Gotcha.
check it out, but someone did anyways.
Reminds me of when Dorothy's actress and the Scarecrow actor got back together on her like radio show and replayed it and the characters again.
When they did it on her old talk show. When as my dad likes to call it, Alky Julie.
Yeah. Anyways, so we're getting 36 figures then, hopefully. I don't know, it's been slow. I've had all 3 of the ones that have released for months now, and I've been waiting for a new one to go forward.
I would say from right here, the NECA Sesame Street figures are great, but they're also like they're YouTube worst nightmare because type in Sesame Street NECA review Kappa made for kids.
Yep.
It's like,
that's why I don't review them, because they're fantastic. I'll tell you they're fantastic, but I'm never doing videos on them. My channel will get decimated.
There's a way that you do it. There's a way that you could do it without getting hit with it. You say adult collector's line.
Doesn't work.
Giant yellow bird from that children's show.
That would work. That would work.
Do code names like it's like a drug.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say
or
the Muppet Show trailer that we just talked about with Sabrina Carpenter making a kink joke. That's marked as made for kids. So
of course.
That's amazing because Muppets aren't supposed to be for kids.
They're not. It's more family entertainment. They're a PG and up type thing, not a.
There's some clips of like the rated R rated
in Ernie. Ambiguous gay puppets from that kid show.
Yes. Vampire who will not drink your blood but will do your taxes.
There's some like clips of the more rated R DC films that were labeled made for kids.
Yes.
Because it's Batman animation. It's
Batman the Killing Joke clips made for kids. Yep. Mr. Doogie said, "Hey, buddy, you want to buy some chunky poultry? I got it in yellow now." Here's this. AR said, "Here's this frickin' yellow large fowl figure by NECA." Just want to sound like a 1930s gangster while reviewing NECA Sesame Street. That'd be great.
Here's this yellow large fowl figure by NECA, yeah.
All right, before this app, somebody curse so that we can keep our adult rating here.
Big fucker.
Thank you. All right,
Not goblin.
I was gonna say mittens.
Mittens.
Joke.
Hockey.
Hey,
All right. Tiger Sharks Ultimates Wave 1 got put up faster than I thought.
$195.
Yes, Super 7 Ultimates are now $65 a piece.
God, you're really risky it here.
I will give them
I
credit.
love how
They
Super 7's asking to kill themselves.
they
I
have,
would say they made these designs look nice.
I will say they got me to order the whole wave, so they did something right.
Like I think because they added detail. Because I think the problem with the animation designs are just simplistic.
Yes.
But here they add like the muscle details or whatever, and like the body silhouette. They actually look nice. Like I thought Tiger Shark looked lame in the animation I've seen, but like I don't know. I didn't know,
Also,
like,
thank God they're smart. They're just throwing human heads in with these instead of making whole separate figures.
Yep. And such, like they actually look essentially like the Stingray guy. I think that's a Stingray.
Yeah,
Looks
so
actually really
we got
cool.
let's go through them real quick. We got Mako. He's a shark. He's the leader of the Tiger Sharks. He looks
Is there any chance Mako Tsunami's cousin?
sure. Then we have T-Ray, who is the Stingray villain. He's the main villain. He's their Mum-Ra equivalent. Rayful. He comes with this cool scuba gear and stuff. That's pretty awesome. And then we have Octavia, no relation to the Master of the Universe character. And she is an octopus and has an ink blast gun. And I like her a lot. She looks cool. She also got alternate tentacles, so she can like whip people, I guess. I've only seen a small chunk of the show in really crappy VHS quality.
That's mostly lost. That's still mostly lost.
Yep. I did order the entire wave though because I kind of like the fact that I like the way they look, and you know, is that a stupid amount of money to spend on figures for a show that I don't actually really care about? Yes. Have I done worse? Have I done worse? Absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
I mean, it's actually just only three figures.
I think this has been happening with a lot of Ultimates waves. I think the most recent Thundercats wave was only 3 figures as well. They've had to cut down because the price went up. The price went up, so they had to lower the number of figures per wave. It's going to take them a while to get through this, so I don't know if they're actually going to make it, but at least they got lead hero, main villain, and lady.
Female.
Yeah.
Main female, I'm assuming.
Like, for me, you know, I don't think we're going to get any... If we don't get any more of these, I'll be fine with just these 3. If we do, I'll pick up some more if they look cool. I'm not that worried about it. Also, if for some reason you want the toy colored alternate heads, that's available if you buy it through Super 7 directly. I ordered mine on Big Bad Toy Store because I don't feel like paying for these and them not shipping till December. So anyways, those exist. I need one more wave of Silverhawks and a Tug Mug, and I'm set with those 2 lines. So like, let's get those done. Let's do those at Toy Fair.
Every time you mention Tug Mug, I keep thinking
Tug Mug sounds like a sex toy. I'm aware. I know.
I know.
That's why I say it without context. It's funnier that way.
What kind of mug?
Tug Mug.
Tug Mug.
Diamond Form Emma Frost is going up for pre-order March 3rd at 9 a.m. Eastern on Target. Take that time as an asterisk time because Target be Target.
Also, at least it's an exclusive I'm not gonna miss if I miss out because it's you know.
I've also seen every single one of the Target exclusives last year in mass quantities at my stores.
Yep, I thought
it was not hard to get any of them.
Yep.
Even the ones that sold out online, like Jean Grey, saw plenty of her. So
I saw a lot of Mystique. I
saw a ton of Mystique.
I know Mystique would be hard to get, but no.
Weapon X was the hard. I didn't see that much Weapon X compared to the others.
Yeah, maybe because it's Wolverine. Who knows?
Maybe. Ms. Doogie said still the same 4 hands. Yeah, I know. God, we need more female hands. At least for Emma, it's fine. It's a telepath. I don't mind, but like, we need more hands. We need more hands for the women. Also, Wheels, did you need me to order one, or are we just gonna roll the dice on Target stocking them?
I don't want Diamond Form.
Awesome. Thank you. All right.
At least on that body.
Yeah, I mean, they might do it on, like,
Why?
the frickin' 97 one at some point. Anyways. Psycho, so what was the
It's
figure you
always
finally
one more.
saw the box up at the figure store? And that was Black Widow.
Yep.
And I gotta tell you, I went and bought Black Widow for scalper price on eBay. And then a friend of mine found one, like, a day after I made that eBay purchase.
That curse.
I was like, yeah, that's me. All right, 2 more pieces of news, 2 figure arts, 2 Transformers, and then we're getting out of here. On a fact of, I like talking about Dragon Ball, and this toy stuff's kind of, I want to say this toy stuff's lame, but it kind of is.
Basically.
Grimmy a Gridman.
This is the most exciting one out of all of them. It's Gridman. Thunder Gridman in Shinkocho Seiho. He is a P Bandai in Japan, retail in the US.
So is he a
You
separate
sure about
figure?
that? Because
Is
I
he a
haven't seen him up for pre-order.
He hasn't
yet.
gone up yet, but he does not have a P Bandai US page yet, which means he's retail over here.
So is he a separate figure? Is he a separate figure or armor pack?
From what I can tell, he's a full, complete package.
Because the original Ultra Act, that was armor, right? For the Ultra Act, or were those full
Oh, was
figures
it?
also?
It was pretty much armor on top of a fake body.
What? So it's pretty much if you want to display that the Gridman.
It was
alongside
like
your
the
Gridman,
Kuga Shokatsu Henshins, where the other forms came with, like, bodies to put the armor on. Dummy
like,
bodies.
Mannequins practically
Yep.
to display the next to your main form.
Yeah, because they don't list the accessories here, but they don't show anything that says you need to purchase Gridman. I believe it's a full air. It's probably a partial underneath. I don't think it's a full, but like.
Yeah, I mean, see, with it costing like $100-something, it probably is a full figure underneath there.
Yeah. Also, Jay Pocket says, Jay, you're just gonna talk about whatever the Kamen Rider 55th movie is gonna be next week. Yeah, because I don't want to stay on for another couple hours waiting for that. I'd rather just watch it and report it next week. It's probably gonna be Kabuto 20th anniversary movie. Let's go throw that out there. I haven't been covering that, by the way. Toei's like, run a poll to what do you think the Kamen Rider 55th anniversary movie announcement is, and they put up a bunch of fake logos, and everyone's like Kabuto 20th.
I like the one I saw people like to joke about is what build beat the 2.
Be the 2. Yeah, it could be Agito, but we've seen so much of like actors posting and stuff. It's 90% sure it's Kabuto.
Well, you say that, but they have with Blade.
They have with Blade too, but you know.
Blade, we got a stage show and a talk show for because the actors couldn't work the schedule out. But there was like filming photos for Kabuto.
Okay.
So it's probably Kabuto. We'll see. The other figure art is a bummer for anyone that lives outside Japan. It's Goku dressed as Sun Wukong, which you have to buy a book.
Based on the Toriyama artwork. Artwork.
You got to buy a book, and it's limited to Japan only. So
he looks cool. I like it. I always love when they make Toriyama's weird artwork like that. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I
still hoping they like make a blue shirt version of that Kid Goku with the dragon, but without the dragon. I want that one so much.
I would like that too because that mold is fantastic. Did the page just go up for Seiho? Oh, all right. If the page just went up for Seiho RX, I haven't started Transformers. I'll go back. I'll find it. I saw the magazine scan earlier, so. Sorry, Tamashi's site is slow. Yep, there's the RX page. Thanks, Bandai, for doing this while we were live.
Add that to the check that off the bingo chart. If you're playing the 10 bingo.
Yeah, news comes out during the live.
Sure. We need to make that bingo. We need to make that bingo chart.
I can't open my messages. I'm trying to get Black RX.
We should like have a Discord community day on like what are the things you want to see on the Soundout bingo chart.
Oh, they also put up Wolverine. Okay, what's going on with the? Okay, this has got drama to it. It's got drama to it.
Drama?
There is drama with. Guys, I'm gonna talk about Wolverine first. I'll come back to Kamen Rider. Okay. All right, Wolverine Gamerverse, Japan, U.S., Europe, Latin America, no Asia. We thought the no Asia thing on Spider-Man was because of Sony.
Okay, interesting.
Because Cyclops came out in Asia. They didn't cancel Cyclops for Asia, but they canceled Spider-Man for Asia. But they are not releasing Wolverine in Asia. So
there has to be some weirdness with.
Did Capcom actually complain because they're too close because of the effect parts and all that?
I think this has to be a Capcom. What did he come with? This is the first time we're getting.
Looks like he's got claw hands, screaming face, and a backdrop. Is that it?
Does he come with
Main
side
body, interchangeable head, interchangeable opening wrist parts left and right, open hand claw parts left and right grip wrist lid parts, special move effect. That's it.
That's it?
He comes with
Okay.
a couple hands and that's it.
I would include the bone claws at that point, honestly.
Yeah, bone claws or something more.
No, I know I can't be bone claws. Using bone claws a little more darker.
Technically, yeah. I think
Yeah.
also it sounds like he has open hands, like maybe open hands, but it seems like the claws have to be swapped between the hands.
Oh god, I hate that 'cause they did that with Figure Rook for My Hero. Like,
Yeah.
it's the same. It's the same money. But you only give you one set of claws,
Yep.
and that's it.
Who did they do that? They did that. Cyclops has like 2 hairpiece. No, Cyclops has 1 hairpiece, 3 visors.
Yes, does he have 2 necks? Like,
He
because for
has
some reason
3
it said,
necks. He has 3 necks
yeah,
for some reason.
because for some you know, like, because apparently the
I
thing
was
that
gonna do
for, like,
Cyclops as a short this week, but I need to research what the hell the difference between the necks are.
because apparently the neck is really like better head, like tilt his head back better range to do active
Yeah.
blast effects. But like,
One of
I
them
just feel
does
like
that. I don't know what the other one's for.
I feel like some of them. I feel like some of them are like pointless because I feel like at the point, could you just make the engineering better to make it
Yes.
like better? I think it's kind of pointless to have 3 extra necks.
I'm like worried
and
about
stuff like that.
Spider-Man because I think the Cyclops is nice, but there's weird problems with it, and I'm like worried about Spider-Man. Also, I'm skipping this Wolverine. I don't think he looks that
The
good.
the figure art Marvel team, because there's going to be always teams with
Yeah.
these figure arts, and the figure art Marvel team is always a mixed bag because it feels like sometimes they can cook, sometimes they can't. They also really like that dong weird under butt opposable butt cheek action for
Yep.
some reason.
Also, this
Um,
Wolverine doesn't look as good as the Marvel Legend to me. Still, it's not selling me.
yeah, I don't see like a really good like, is there any photo of him crunching really good like the Marvel Legend? Because if he doesn't crunch good, then what's the point?
That's the best crunch he gets here, and that looks atrocious.
Versus the Marvel Legend, which can crunch really damn good.
Yeah, that Spider-Man still looks good though.
Mhm.
Please be good, Spidey. All right. Shinkocho Seiho Kamen Rider Black RX, which is a retail product in August. Pre-orders open February 2nd, and for some reason, he's got cloth pants.
Cloth pant? Is that like is that like a
Wheels,
weird
help me
suit?
out here. I didn't realize the Black RX suit had cloth pants.
Let's say it has to be like a weird
mean-
suit thing, right?
And this is the thing. This doesn't look like the suit to me because this looks like they gave him like Mezco like spandex. Am I going crazy, or is this not how he's supposed to look? What's with the texture?
Huh,
Yeah, no, I don't think that's how he's supposed to look, bro. Because, like, I know in a later version of the suit, they gave him that pant for a later version, I think, in one of the movies where Jiro was, too big to fit in the suit. But, like, I don't think the original suit was cloth, because,
Let me
you know,
hold on. Let me.
I'm
see if I
looking
can
at
find
the
it.
Original one
thumbnail.
was.
Okay, let me pull up the thumbnail for the Toei Tokusatsu upload of it. That looks like the Sentai spandex, where it's like the shiny reflective material.
It looks still like padded. I'm looking at some photos of.
What's
Black
throwing me
RX,
off is the texture, because the texture is very
Yeah.
Mezco-like. It does not look good.
Because yeah, I didn't thought RX had fabric pants. I thought they were just like rubber like matte like the same
Yeah, they
material.
look like
his,
rubber mat. I'm looking at it closer. I do think it is the spandex, but it's like Sentai spandex, not
Yeah.
like textured
Whereas
Mezco
like
spandex.
whereas like that silky smooth fabric, right?
Yeah, it's like a silky smooth fabric, not like this very
Rough texture.
Why? Why? Bandai, stop cooking. I'm getting tired of this. Like they keep doing these things. Where
Also, man, also, he looks like he's gonna have horrendous ab crunch by the looks of it.
yeah, I mean that. Okay, that's. I would say that's almost unavoidable, but the Figure Art V2 managed. Are they reissuing? Oh, they're also reissuing Black. But it's the Kingstone Flash edition, so I don't know what's different because there's no page for it yet. Yeah, no, here's another image. Let me see if I can get it to my desktop here. This does not look right, even though this is what it looked like. Oh, it showed up as a photo. Okay, hold on. Shout out to Psychos for sending this. They already did a light piping Black Hearts. Or did they do a light up eyes for Black? I don't remember. Anyways, here's another photo. Come on, load. There we go. See this photo here? It looks like it's got more of a spandexy, not as shiny. Still doesn't look like the figure art does. What is up with this? I don't get why Bandai keeps trying to reinvent the wheel with the Seiho figure arts like this. First, it was Black's rubber,
Oh.
which then
You know why
caused
they do this?
so they can
so
reissue
people
it, and
waste
it's
their
not
money.
terrible. Because all right, Black's rubber joints cracked and broke. So then they decided, let's do an entire rubber torso for Tiga, which even the reissue of Tiga cannot fix. People are having issues with the recent reissue of Tiga is having the same issue. What's the benefit of this? Has anybody got an idea of what the benefit to having cloth on the thighs is? Is it just to hide the
Well,
thigh swivels?
Yeah, it has to. The only reason why,
But
because
it
like
doesn't succeed. You can see the line.
and also it's gonna scrunch up if you get twisted. No matter what, it's gonna scrunch
Yeah.
up.
He does come with an
It's
alternate neck piece, so you can actually move his head better. That's pretty cool.
It's one of those because if there's any other like if the other parts of the figure have fabric, then maybe I can understand. But it's only just the dies. for
And
some
the
reason.
joints are bulging out of it, so it's not really doing anything. Like you
just
say, it's gonna
sticking out.
bunch up. I have several Mezco figures. They all bunch up. What's the point of doing that? Besides making the figure more fragile so you can sell another RX in a couple years.
Is crushed like rubber, like the same rubber as like because the problem with like the Tiga rubber is it's like tight because
It
like
was tight and it was around a geared joint system.
yeah, it's like Magnum Hulk because it's like
Yeah.
I have like the new Super Saiyan Goku that has rubber, like you have a rubber like shirt, but it's like nice. I don't think it's got degrade
All of
because it's like
Luffy's shirts are rubber, but I don't feel any problems with those.
yeah,
But they're also
because
open and loose versus like Tiga where
yeah,
it's
that's
really
same with
skin
the
tight.
Goku. Yeah, I think that's the problem, right? Why it cracked so much because it's the pressure.
Yeah, why did this need to be cloth though? This could have just been plastic. J Pocket says, looking at the blog post, looks like it's plastic that's molded to be rubber for the crotch. Yeah, that makes sense because I'm looking at it's got cuts. See, that's the thing. Yeah, if it was rubber, the crotch wouldn't have those cuts to slide the leg forward. So it looks like that's plastic. But why cloth? What are they? Also, it feels like they're test bedding this. They test bedded the rubber joints on Black to do Tiga and still screw it up. Why are we testing this? What is this for?
I really shouldn't test 100. You shouldn't do tests on $100 figures. I feel like this should be done on a cheaper figure.
Actually, yeah. Not only that, how about you don't test it when we have to buy it?
Yeah.
Why don't you just test it internally? Because like they did this to Black, and now they're doing it to RX. It's why I got Seiho Black, but after I saw the issues, I did not open it because
He put in glass. He belongs in a museum.
like I'm not gonna buy this because that's gonna I already see that's gonna be an issue. Bandai's not used to doing soft goods. It took Mezco like a couple years to get really good at it, and even then, it still got limitations. I don't buy figure arts for limitations. Figure arts are for posing. This does not help, and this doesn't give us any benefit. It doesn't even hide the joint because the joint's still sticking out. I want to know the reason why they tried this. I want to know the excuse here because it just feels like I don't want to say it feels like planned obsolescence on a figure they're going to remake again, but it does feel like they're like, next time we make RX, it's all plastic this time. Look, we fixed the problem, and it's like, yeah, you didn't. You created the issue.
I don't know if it'll break, but it's just a weird decision.
It is.
It's
It doesn't
like
make any sense. Like with the Tiga thing, it was dumb and it was insanely fragile, and it was like, what was the point? But at least I understood that, like, okay, they were trying to engineer a system so that way you could have like a bigger ab crunch. You could have more butterfly shoulder movement on an Ultraman design because the design will get out of the way of the joints, and then it just backfired because of the way they did it. This does add to the price tag, but though not as much as you'd think. It's only 11,000 yen.
you gotta love the decision made at Tamashi. We'll give RX fabric dyes, but characters like One Piece characters had plastic. We'll give these all these One Piece characters
$170 Admiral Kizaru has plastic cape.
capes. It's just like that. It's just like huh? What?
It's just I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me.
So you're telling me all the fabric that went to Kizaru, Sabu, and all those kids went to RX's dye?
Yes, RX's thighs took the fabric budget for the year apparently. Because the thing is, if it made it look more like the suit, okay. If it made it you have a game more articulation range like the theory of Tiga's torso. Okay. I don't get the benefit here. It just seems like spending money for no reason. Psycho says, thought that Bandai Namco Tiga fixed the issue. It did not. People were just reporting that they had the issues with the joints breaking on top of the rubber breaking down. Dyna and Gaia seem safe so far. And I think original Ultraman as well. But they stopped using the rubber after Dyna and Gaia for everything else. Because, I mean, I'm so glad Cosmos and Nexus and Mabius were just straight regular figure arts. They didn't have that rubber stuff. Because that rubber stuff is just not working. I'm confused. That's where I'm at. Shall we talk about less confusing and more why?
Right now we're talking about painted battle damage now, so about real world battle damage.
I said this during Siege. I don't really like buying my Transformers pre-damaged. Like, all right, so we got the More Than Meets the Eye collection Megatron from the '86 movie from the final battle, and he's got the cracked chest and the head.
And he comes with the gun.
Comes with the tiny gun that could have been included in the other one's $60 price tag, that's for sure. This comes with all the same stuff, but it comes with the gun with it now, so I'm like, oh, the gun could have been included originally. Also, people keep talking about the legs being fixed, and I still never saw the problem with the leg color. I know I bitched about Soundwave's color, but I felt like that was more drastic. People were like, oh, it's not the right color. I'm like, in most lighting conditions, it is.
Should we talk about the truck with the blunt, smoking the blunt?
You know what, I want to ask a question first. Do you think this is going to shelf form because the Megatron is just still coming out in places? We're not even that long away from Megatron being out, right?
Depends, because people like their Megatrons.
They do. You know what also people like? Optimus Prime with a permanent hole in his stomach.
I love the image of the truck boat with the... he's smoking a blunt.
Yeah, let me get that image
saw
up.
that image?
Look at that.
Saw that image I shared? You're welcome. Thank you.
Whom is this for? I know this is for like the nostalgia people, and this at least this is more iconic than the Dead 2 packs, but this also feels like I don't get it.
Okay,
I'm gonna say this right now. I would have sold this Optimus and Megatron as an SDCC set.
Yeah, like honestly,
yeah.
Because the only reason why you would buy these two is to recreate this you're making like a shelf
question.
display.
Who would buy one but not the other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're buying these
guys,
to
what's
recreate
the
a
with the
shelf
new black
display.
figure art? Are they fixing the rubber?
No.
We don't know.
We don't know
I think
because there's no page for it.
I think also what's frustrating is like we could have gotten like Commander 86 Optimus, but like at a later price point without the trailer. But but the monkey paw curls like, oh, you'll get the Commander mold by itself with the trailer, but he's gonna be battle damage. Have a hole in his stomach.
I don't super love Commander Optimus. I have some problems with it, like that freaking arm with the weird bicep cutout. One of the things, it's a nitpick, but it bugs me. I didn't buy Commander Optimus, right? And I was like, all right, but like. I question, why this wasn't, like you said, just the Prime with no trailer, a cheaper option, because I feel like a lot of people would have bought it. See, I would have bought it if it was just the Optimus normal, maybe some slight paint tweaks. That would have been cool. What? I would never buy this. So instead of getting money from a bigger group of people, I think they're getting less money, and they had to spend more money doing all this remolding. Again, it should have been a Comic-Con pack. That makes a lot of sense.
The image of the truck without the rock in it, it looks like he's like, oh, like it looks like a mouth, the windshield, the eyes. He's like,
I love how they give him the dramatic pose that he's famous for doing in the movie, but he's got a giant hole in him, so he seems like he's just ready to bleed out.
Like, oh god, I mean that sounds like Energon Universe. Universe.
Yes. Yeah. The hole. Here's the thing about the hole. Okay. You know how long that hole was? Okay, here's the thing. In the movie, he gets stabbed. He pulls it out pretty quick, and it's over. Like, that stick is not in the movie for, like, more than 3 seconds.
You know what I'm surprised they didn't include? Smoke. The smoke effect.
Smoke effect would be great.
Because, like, doesn't, like, smoke come out of that hole? Like,
it does. When he gets shot. This Optimus, if you want to get technical, guys, this Optimus is not representing Optimus from the final battle. It's representing Optimus from that one moment he got stabbed. because he gets shot pretty quick after that, and then he starts bleeding, and then he hits Megatron, and then he's got a bigger hole, which is when he's on the deathbed.
And what's funny too is where the spear hits him in the stomach. It's actually supposed to be on the right side hinge.
Yeah, but you can't put it there because of the transformation. Yep. Another reason why this is better as a model kit idea than a transforming figure. I gotta tell you, I get the idea behind this in the Megatron, but I also think that it's being released in the absolute wrong format because I have a feeling we're going to be seeing these things all over Target.
And as a 2-pack, it makes there should have been a 2-pack on like Comic-Con or something like that.
Yeah, this is like a niche appeal thing. All those dead packs stunk around the Targets forever, and here we're doing it the same thing again.
I do admit, I kind of like the Tuckmo with the hole because it does look like a cartoon kid. Like, oh, like he's so
he's so concerned.
He's whistling. He's always like, doo, doo, doo. He's always whistling.
Yeah, he's like ready for Steamboat Willie.
Yeah, I kind of like him. It's kind of cute. I kind of like it.
Here's the thing I'm worried about too, is that like, I wonder if these are gonna just take the leader slot, and any of the leaders we're looking for at Target are you're just gonna keep running into these two.
God.
Because that's the thing to remember. Unless they do some price shenanigans like they did with Rodimus and Hound, these could be $60 a piece. And like I said, I actually didn't get into this with the Megatron, I realized. So the Optimus is for that one shot where he got stabbed. That Megatron is for that one close-up where he looked like that. All that detail's not there for most of the fight. It's just that one frame, that one shot where it's super close up and he says his final line to Prime before he shoots him. That is like the shot that toy's based on. So I just... This is why I say we need to end Studio Series 86, because we're getting to the end of it, you know?
Not even Glove Shadows, it's just weird.
It's just literal 2-second moments from a movie. That's the level of nostalgia we're reaching now, as we're doing impact frames.
Yeah, at this point, who's the one that got the googly eyes? Was it
Sludge?
We're gonna get him a Tumty Sludge with googly eyes on the.
And it's gonna be like on a little like clear piece, so it's like, oh, even better, it's only gonna be googly eyes, no regular, because we don't like doing alternate parts on Transformers for some reason.
Yeah.
Psychos, recount the leaks about the new 86 molds for us, because I would like to talk about that in a hypothetical, just for funs.
What's the leaks? What leaks?
There was some leaks about a couple upcoming 86 figures.
I know Shockwave is one, which I think that might be tempting. The Shockwave might be tempting.
A Shockwave, I feel like, is a Soundwave situation where I like what I have, but I could go for another. You know?
Yeah.
All right, so Astro Train's going to be a new mold. Astro Train's going to be a new mold. Why? What was wrong with the previous one?
I actually like the Earth. I actually really like the Siege. That's a War for Cybertron mold. I thought that's probably one of my favorite molds of War for Cybertron. That one's definitely. I think that one be a skip. That would just.
That one just
needs.
That one just went. It was a little too small, and it was the colors.
But the thing is, the colors. Like, I think you paint that thing in the movie color. I mean, I got the dramatic capture, which is basically doing that.
I think the problem with something like that. It's being slavish to the G1 model sheet. Is the problem of us 86 Astro Train scenario? Cyclones repaint.
Okay, well, first off, Blitzwing is a retool. I still think releasing an 86 Blitzwing is the dumbest thing they're doing this year, because
I'm so tired.
Yeah. That's a toy that's a toy that shelf warmed twice. I saw both package versions sitting next to each other at Target this Christmas season.
Don't forget his repaint.
And his repaint. Yeah, we don't need another Blitzwing right now. And there's no reason to retool it. What is there to change on Blitzwing?
See, Sunstreak and Wheeljack. Wait, I thought they just got re-released. Why didn't
Yeah, why are Sunstreaker and Wheeljack getting new molds? They just got reprinted.
Cyclones repaint, I'll take that because they'll 6 yellowing issue at least.
Yeah. Also, did everything freeze? My computer froze, but my stream kept going. I'm good?
No, you're good.
The good thing is we can take the yellowing Cyclonuses now and repaint them.
His Armada.
We want.
Yeah, his Armada.
Just let the sun repaint it for you.
We can just, repaint it now, guys. We can do it ourselves.
The thing is, I gotta say, I gotta imagine 86 Prowl is gonna be a new mold too, right? Because they just reissued it.
Prowl mold.
No, wait, did they reissue Prowl?
They just reissued Siege Prowl. For some reason.
When?
I think everything froze. Can you guys still hear me? I can't hear anybody anymore. I don't know if the stream can hear me. Everything's frozen for some reason. Oh, my computer was shifting into dark mode. That's why. So Mudegi, you can hear me. Can you hear my friends? Can you hear the council? Why did my computer shifting into dark mode freeze the entire thing on me? Discord's dead. So you guys can't. Okay, so
Defenders of
Wait,
the
wait,
Earth.
what?
wait,
I can hear them
wait,
again. Are they back?
Back, you're back.
Damn it.
You're back.
Damn it! All right, Defenders of the Earth, disassemble, disassemble. Sound back.
All right.
Sound back.
Wait, wait, Santa. Someone on our Discord posted there's fabric in the shoulders for RX apparently.
Why?
Yeah, go look at the writer channel.
I'm gonna go look right now. What was the
All right.
Psycho has posted a couple other tidbits, and I was trying to like pick up on them. And
Well, just tell Psychos to get in the chat then, so we can say yay.
Discord's frozen, so
Okay, well then we're all dead.
I can still hear you guys though. I think.
Yeah, but there's fabric and the shoulders of RX, so there's two pieces of fabric on the figure.
Yep. All right.
Wait, hold on. There's the shoulder for RX. The shoulder's armor is connected to the torso, but just like in the show, the armor does not rotate even when the shoulder is rotated. Furthermore, the shoulder joint is covered with a soft material, so the joint is not visible even when pulled out. These are technical developments for the true bone carving technique, Comrade 5 and Comrade Black, to make it closer to the image in the show.
All right. I'm just gonna pull this up on my phone because this is all lock it up on Discord again. Also, all the icons disappeared, didn't they? Do you guys still hear them?
We're gone. Are we ghosts? Because we can hear you.
I think we could. I think you can. Yeah, they can hear you, but the icons just vanished.
We're ghosts.
Okay. Yep, that's certainly cloth in the shoulders. Why are you like this, Bandai? Just why? I want to know why. Okay, so they can hear you guys. Okay, I think the icons are back.
Okay.
All right, let me just let me see if I can get the Black RX image up on the thing.
Oh god, the Wolverine. I'm looking back at the photos of the Wolverine. Look at his neck. Look at the figure art's Wolverine's neck.
I
They're
saw
doing, like,
that.
some weird layering effect thing. It looks weird.
Yeah, I don't like it. All right, God, Mac added this thing where if you drag a window to the top of the screen, it expands it to full size. I keep hitting it by accident.
When Windows do that also.
Why is there fabric at the shoulder?
I understand to be like the suit, according to the blog.
We're getting too close. Just if you're gonna make figures like Mezco, just make figures like Mezco. Don't do this halfway thing. Okay, so Vector Prime will be a repack, expected. Point Blank will be a repaint. Interesting. Armada Megatron's getting a repack. Fine. You know what's a problem though is that they're gonna release Armada Jetfire and not have Prime out.
Yeah, I think that you should
But
repack Prime more.
I think they'll probably. I think the thing is, Armada Megatron's gonna be a repack, right? He'll be in Age of the Primes packaging. I think they'll probably put out. They'll just do what they did with the Titans and just reissue Armada Prime.
Yeah.
Like he won't get a new package; he'll just be in the same packaging. Because we can't have 3 commanders, right? So that makes sense. Hitblader said that is like the suit, still dumb. Exactly. J Pocket says didn't they just do an Armada Prime reissue recently? They did, but as soon as that Jetfire comes out,
I figure I don't mind that because that figure's in high demand, so I don't mind them reissuing that figure.
They can put him out every year and still not meet the demand because he's really good. He's solid, and then once Jetfire comes out, there's gonna be a bunch of people that didn't want Super Mode Prime. They wanted Prime with Jetfire, and also there's gonna be a bunch of people that want a second one. They'll want a second one to put with Jetfire.
You know what I hope they do?
And also, if they ever make an Overload, also they ever do Overload.
Yeah.
I hope when they make Optimus, do like you say the cab, but give us Spark Plug and the.
I think again it's gonna be a straight reissue. I don't think they're gonna.
They're not gonna because the thing is they're gonna add a mini con. It'll cost you $30 more. And it's gonna be what they're gonna do is they're gonna do Power Link's Optimus Prime, and Power Link's Jetfire, and then they'll come with their mini cons at that point. I'm seeing the future because I've seen it happen already.
Because that's actually tempting because there's no Super Mode Power Link's Optimus. It's just his robot mode.
Yeah.
So they probably do like here's just the cab, repaint the Power Link's, and he comes with Spark Plug.
Yeah,
And damn it, I might buy it.
because they'll happen to Red Alert as well.
Mm.
It'll happen to it should have happened to Starscream. I don't know why that didn't happen.
Yeah, it's surprised. Yeah, it's surprised we don't have like 17 repaints of Starscream
Yeah,
yet.
they're just like it didn't sell well enough. Now we're not going to repaint it. I'm like, what?
Like,
When did
I
that ever
saw maybe
stop you?
also he sold well in my area.
Yeah, like they were like, we have too many Starscreams on the shelf. Call it Thundercracker. You don't have a problem releasing Thundercracker. You're doing like 2 back to back, 3 back to back. There's actually
Still
3
want my
Thundercrackers back to back because we just got
Starscream.
we got the War for Cybertron one just recently. We're getting the 86
New
one,
series.
and then we're getting the Transformers 1 Thundercracker this year, I think, or something. Oh, that's right. Blader said they also have to be convention exclusives. Yes, this is true. Can't just release a mini-con at retail. Yeah, I think.
Ever since the core, like the $10, that $10 price range scarred Hasbro.
It did.
They have something against that price point for Transformers now for some reason.
They have had a problem with it since Siege. They had a price point, and then they just never utilized it correctly. Like, I don't understand how the Micromasters were such a disaster. I know nobody cares but me, but, like, Micromasters were teams of 4. Why did we only get 2 of each team? Why did we make up a bunch of them? And why did we not do the repaints? Or, the frustrating part is they'd repaint a mold that had a canonical repaint, but
Like,
yet didn't do that. They just make up another one.
Is that the Holly one for Star Saver? Is the one you're talking about?
Yeah, that one. But there would be like that case. Why wasn't Holly one of them? But also like some of the ones that were like only in the comics or never got in the show, like the what is it, the stealth bomber jet Whisper? Like he had a repaint that was part of another team, but they didn't do that. They just created a brand new green version for that 10-pack at Target that only had 3 actual Micromasters and then 7 made up colors. It's very stupid. I want to do an expose video on how the Micromasters were mishandled, but I also know that nobody cares but me, so I might just do it for fun one day, but I'll have to figure it out. I'll just like make a spreadsheet and be like, look, we got this guy and this guy, but not this guy and this guy. We could have gotten these, but they didn't.
Is any toy videos I think do well video essays and toys rather than like reviews?
Also bitching. Bitching works. It's a combo. I think I might do that this year at some point. I've been kind of working on like a spreadsheet of like what are the Transformers characters I have and don't have, and like am I happy with the versions I have, because I'm trying to like map out Transformers. And I think when I get to the Micromasters, maybe I'll pull together all of that info and be like, all right, here's, pull together and be like, all right, here's who we got for Micromasters, here's who we didn't. Now I'm gonna make a video, I'm gonna talk about it. Because we're not getting any more. We're done. They're not gonna bring those back, so.
And the last 2 we got were like the best ones with Deathsaurus.
Yeah. And I have all of them. I have all, the only ones I didn't get was they repainted the space shuttle duo into Skylynx colors, and I didn't get those. It was in a set. It was like Skylynx color. It was 2 bases in Skylynx colors plus the space shuttle in Skylynx colors, and then it included the 2 the Duocon, the Micromaster Combiner that was the repaint of the one that was that was part of Earthrise, the blue guys. They repainted them red and gave them the missile launcher. I went on eBay and just bought those 2 guys instead of buying the whole set. So I have all of them except I was like, I'm not going to buy non-canon Micromasters, but I had to buy the 10-pack. But I had to buy the 10-pack at an insane price. I thought it was going to go on clearance, and it never did, and it vanished. And then I was at a convention, and I was like, I don't want to spend that much money, but I need this guy. So, yeah. You said, who was the orange one that's Primus, was bundled with Walmart Ultraman? That was Rung. It's not a Micromaster. He was a Battlemaster.
Wrong. Battlemaster, yep.
Yep. I don't care about the Battlemasters for the most part. I just like Target Masters and Micromasters. Yeah, Micromasters are great,
weapon bitches.
Weapon bitch. I love weapon bitches for Sentai more than Transformers. Only because of one reason. I think the idea they had with the Battlemasters of making like an axe or a hammer or like all that kind of stuff was great, but I never understood why we got like one of each and then that was it.
That was the problem.
Yeah.
Because like with Target Masters and stuff, we should be getting more options than just being guns. Like the axe idea was great, the hammer idea was great. I do believe we need like Micromaster / Minicon stuff where they become like 3 of them make a shield, 3 of them make a fucking rifle, a cannon.
Yeah.
The fact,
Like,
the
more
fact
you
that the
can
star,
like create and make them
the
power like
legacy,
actual power weapons will make it
the
better.
new Star Saber
Mhm.
super frustrating. The fact that it was poorly designed.
Yeah, that's God, the star, and also the bummer part about that Star Saber, because I just had it out for filming, is that it holds together. They fixed the connection point at the bottom between like sonar and I can't remember their names. I can remember Micromaster names better sometimes because they actually did have character. But the bottom part and the middle and the second middle part, those connect really well now. But then the top part still connects the same way it always did, and it's just going to get loose over time. It's like it's just 2 friction points, and it needs another plug. Um, Also, for the fact that you can break Jetstorm's fin easy if you're not transforming it correctly, which I think is
That's a design flaw. That's a
design
design
flaw.
flaw.
His head didn't need to be that big. Yeah. Also, yeah, Blade Racer Target Masters are mostly the same. That's kind of the thing too, is that like all the Target Masters are just doing backflips into a gun. Whereas I think that the weapons were great, but then again, it's like we got one hammer, we got one axe, we got one.
You say the backflips, all I think is the horrifying trans G1 toy versus the kid morphing into the Transformer.
That's kind of how it works, though, right? Like he does a backflip and turns into a robot, but you just do a backflip with your Micromaster, and their legs plug into their back, and then they're a gun. So
Another gag I can think of. We mentioned that is it's a news review of the Brain Master, the Motivators, and
yes,
he commented how horrifying the transformation is.
oh,
And for the
absolutely.
He played my favorite when he does like them transforming at like ah! like sound effects. That's all I can think about with that.
I also want
God,
to I want to say with the Micromasters as well. This is a problem too. Was they did not commit to them. We got 3 in Wave 1 to Siege, 2 in Wave 2, 1 in Wave 3, 1 in Wave 4, 2 in Wave 5. What the hell? Why is there not 3 packs every single wave? Why is your cheap option only getting 1 per wave?
Yep.
Yeah. This was the Target set, right? And like that was what. Also, oh yeah, Countdown came with Omega Supreme for some reason. That was funny. Also, then they made Micromaster bases, but then they didn't include their Micromasters. Oh yeah, that's right. That's the other one I'm missing is Lunar Tread because I didn't buy the Guardian robot. Right. I don't have to buy it though. It's not an actual Micromaster. They just made that up. They just made that up for that toy.
I like his color scheme.
He's really cool looking though. It almost makes me want the Guardian robot, but I don't have room for it. Blader says not a single team finished. The only one finished is the victory ones. They're the only complete team.
Which I'm glad because I think if anyone should be prioritized, it should be the ones in the TV show.
Yeah.
Prioritized.
So here's Race Car Patrol, right? It was Tailspin, Swindler, Freewheeler, and Road Handler, right?
But they had to change Tailspin's name, make it Disney.
No, they just didn't make Tailspin. They only made Road Handler and Swindler.
They'll call him Tailspun.
Yes. So Freewheeler and Tailspin, I believe their molds got made in others. They just never went back and actually painted them into these colors, even though they had all these releases.
I like the Target Masters that activate like as like the engine blocks, like how like what is it, Firebolt can be an engine block for Hot Rod, or like the ones that become like weird other equipment on the Transformers.
Yeah,
like those few mini cons in Armada that were just like missile pods that like attached to their arms and shoulders. Like I like that ingenuity. Like we need more just like different things. Like you remember the one that was like a drag car that like turns into a pistol.
Mm-hmm. That would be great. Speaking of ingenuity, Airstrike Patrol, Tailwind and Night Flight didn't get made.
Oh, yeah, dude,
I was gonna say
Armada, the
yeah.
jets
I did like
like
Whisper and Stormcloud's sword mode. I think that was one of the best like Micromaster weapons.
Yeah, Whisper and Stormcloud were great, and then they repainted Whisper into Night Flight, which is not exactly the mold you should use, but at least they made him. But that also meant they didn't make Tailwind, who was the power. He was the Power Glide like plane, which would have been a unique mold to have instead of just more of the same.
You scroll by the Power Glide repaint. It's like, man, I do miss the days when they just made they steroided up Micromasters to be big dudes.
And you know what I hated about this?
What?
Why is the A10 mold being repainted into Stormcloud, who is the fighter jet, when Tailwind is the same vehicle as Powerglide? It's so annoying. It's like, it's right there. You just repaint Powerglide into Tailwind, and they didn't do it. They went with Stormcloud instead. And it's not even the same color scheme. You can clearly just tell they just pulled a name.
I still love to use Cybertron Defense Red Alert for Countdown in during Universe.
That was cool. Universe was fun like that.
I don't know. I just love the idea of Micromasters getting like steroided up to be ultra class.
Yeah. See, I got Power Trade and High Jump, but we didn't get Tote and Mudslinger. See, that's not the problem. All these teams were half teams.
I thought these names sound like slurs.
This is true. Red Hot, Fix It, Stake Out, Sea Watch. Guess what? We got Stake Out, and Red Hot, but not Fix It or Sea Watch. We technically got Fix It because that's Peepo. And Sea Watch is Boater. We actually technically, this is the team that's complete, but we have the victory colors, not the G1 colors.
Did we ever get Big Daddy in the
Yes, we did.
Okay, good.
It was during Earthrise. He was renamed Daddy-O. But we did get Big Daddy. Deluxe Big Daddy from the movie line is still one of the coolest things ever.
That downshift mode's so good.
Yeah. Let's see. Where was the Hot Rod Patrol? Did we get all of them? No, we only got 2 of them. We got Big Daddy and we got Trip Up. No Greaser, no Hubs. Even though Greaser and Hubs are like the same car and could have had like the same mold use.
These main.
They had to pump out 4 at a time. They did not have time to think about this. All right, Military Patrol. Bomb Shock, Tracer, Drop Shot, Growl. They made Bomb Shock and Growl. They didn't make Drop Shot or Tracer. They actually did make Drop Shot. Drop Shot got made in Universe, where he was Cybertron Defense Red Alert. Scattershot.
No, Scattershot.
Yeah, he was the Scattershot.
That's a mold I always wanted as a kid, was Scattershot. I love that
mold. And also, it's funny though, they made him yellow or they made him tan instead of blue.
I think they're going with like a real world.
I really should stop talking. We've been streaming too long. I just looked at the time.
Didn't you say you want to make this shorter?
And then I got on my Micromaster bullshit. All right, let's end this. It's a whole. I might do it as a video. It's gonna be one of those. I'm making it for me, and if it does well, that's nice too. Because I love my Micromasters, and what I need to do is all my Micromasters are in boxes right now. I need to dig them all out and then put them all into a big display and be like, ooh, look at all the Micromasters.
I thought you had to even the small guys you had to throw in the bucket.
Ball and bowl them down. You need to just bowl them down.
I will bowl them down with the I was gonna say Unicron, but it's a little too big. I think I might actually break them. Is there a Transformer ball I can use? That Optimus soccer ball one that's coming out.
Retracts.
Retracts. Oh, let me find my Retracts. I do. The thing is though, at least with the Micromasters and with the core class guys, I put them in a box that's just marked small Transformers. They're not in the tub with the big guys. They're like on their own in their own box. I also have a box that's Minicons from Armada. I have a box that's Micromasters, and I think it's like Micromasters and the clones and stuff like in one. So I'll have to get all that together at some point. It'll be fun. Let's wrap up.
And I had to head off now, so you can follow me at DarkoC43 on YouTube and Twitter, at Blue Sky. You want any archivist, feel free to DM me either Blue Sky or through Discord, through Soundout12 Discord protocol. Link in the description below. Have a nice night, guys.
See ya. Couch, you streaming tomorrow?
Yes. Streaming more Persona 5 while we talk about the video game side of Dragon Ball's Genki Danmatsuri.
Like Sparking Zero. Back from the dead.
And yep. I thought that game died.
Same. I'm actually glad I didn't now.
Too bad it's alive.
Wheels, what do you got?
Gotta check out our awesome website at hero-club.com. Follow us across social media using Hero Club for Life. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, YouTube, and Twitch.tv, where we stream Wednesdays and Fridays.
Cool. And like I said, Transformers Rundown will be this week. It'll be on Friday. And I'm excited about that because I don't have to do more rundowns after this week, which makes me happy on the production side. But also, I'm excited to just do a rundown in a different format for this year, and we'll see how it goes. So we'll see you guys next week for another fun stream.